Hello and welcome to the Baka Gaijin show. I'm Zeke Freak, lovable rascal extraordinaire, and with me as always is my intrinsic co-host Kevin Faulkner.
I am not sure how I'm supposed to spin that off into a joke right now, considering that I just woke up.
What a coincidence, because I've been up for 9 hours now.
We are having the exact opposite problems at the exact same time. It's going to be an interesting episode, people.
Yep. You and I are so awfully different. Welcome to the show, though. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin show.
Yes, happy to have whoever is listening here.
Welcome special guest to nobody, and extra special guest nobody in particular.
And special extra ultra super special chocolatey super guest, Casper.
Ah, yes, the friendly ghost, who will be remaining silent during the proceedings, but rest assured he's here.
Yeah, that's why he's friendly. He's being courteous of our show.
True friendship is knowing when to shut your fucking yap. But yeah. What an awkward start.
I just shut up entirely.
Yeah, well, that's what a true friend does. What have you been up to? Let's start with that.
Anime.
Yeah?
Well, I believe we're going to talk about this on the show later, but
Yeah, we are.
JoJo Part 6 dropped, or at the very least the first 12 episodes did.
Yeah. Gonna make that a segment later.
Not gonna get too into it, but 'twas good. 'Twas very good.
'Twas not the night before Christmas, though. It was a little early for that.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the usual, I've been playing Halo Infinite, and, man, there are little things about the game that are starting to bug me.
What? Is the hype worn off?
The hype was there the hype is still kind of there, but, like, I mean, I'm still enjoying the game, like, in a broad sense.
Yeah.
But there are a few little things about the game that just irk me. And two of the biggest things that are irking me are the matchmaking system and the battle pass system. Now, I paid the $10 to have the premium battle pass because, Halo is my current.
You're a whore.
Yeah, I'm a whore, and Halo is my current obsession.
Yeah.
I have
typically
a new
whores. Typically whores get paid. They don't pay.
I have a new crush, and her name is 343 Industries.
That's strange.
But
her parents must have hated her.
Yeah, one of the biggest issues I have is the battle pass system, which is just way too goddamn hard to actually, complete challenges on. Now,
right.
A lot of the challenges are, in theory, very simple, like, get kills with a disruptor weapon, or
okay.
I'm
gonna stop you real quick. Explain to Grandpa here, what the fuck is a battle pass?
Oh, really? Do you not know?
No, I don't play online games. I don't know these things.
You play Overwatch.
It doesn't have a battle pass. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh my god. Okay. Give me a hot minute.
Sonny boy, you better listen up. Back in my day.
Go ahead.
No, back in my day, we used to spray black people with fire hoses, and then we're better now, I think.
We're better now, I think. That's not where I was expecting that to go.
Well, you kind of put me on the spot.
You're the one who started it.
I know, but I didn't have a plan. I was just doing an old person bit, and you're like, expand on the old person bit, and the first place my mind goes is racism, of course.
Old
like
people,
peanut butter and
racists.
chocolate. Yeah, peanut butter and chocolate, old people and racism. Anyway, what the fuck is a battle pass?
Yeah, I was not expecting you to not know what the hell a battle pass is, but that just goes to show what I know.
Give me the Eli5.
It's in essence, it's basically just a rewards progression system where you gain XP by doing various challenges, and every time you level up, you get new items and gear.
And you pay for this?
Yes.
Oh, so like you pay for you pay for the chance to win things?
Okay, so like there's a free battle pass tier and like a paid battle pass tier, and the paid battle pass tier has better shit.
Oh, it has better rewards. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming maybe like a XP booster or something.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually battle passes in theory are actually a really good way of monetizing a free-to-play game in a way that the player still gets their money's worth, and like it's like a good battle pass isn't that hard to complete.
Right.
Halo Infinite is not that.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of like the recent Vault cards in Borderlands 3 that were part of the Director's Cut DLC, where they added throughout the year like themed challenges and stuff for like rewards and stuff.
Yeah, and a battle pass is basically just that, but for like an entire in-game season.
Right. Okay.
And so I have the season 1 battle pass, and
if you like miss the window, you just miss out on all the stuff you supposedly paid for. Like, is this time sensitive?
It is kind of time sensitive. Once you're into the new season, anything that was on the battle pass for the previous season is unobtainable.
Oh, that sucks.
It is, but typically, stuff that was on the previous battle pass goes onto the item shop that you can buy those for like actual money.
Didn't you pay for the battle pass to begin with money?
Look, it's a very complicated monetization system. With free to play monetization, there's a bit of a give and take.
I'm gonna go back to my indie games where I pay $20 and then that's the end of the transaction.
You know what? That's totally fair. But
keep ranting. I enjoy this.
The Halo Infinite Battle Pass is really frustrating to complete, and it's partially because of the matchmaking system I mentioned. So, in theory, the challenges are fairly simple. It's stuff like get a kill with this kind of weapon, or do this or like, capture the enemy flag in a capture the flag match, or stuff like that.
Shit you'd be doing anyway.
The problem is trying to get into certain matches to do certain things is borderline impossible because so like, let's put it this way. There in just 4v4, like regular 4v4, there's Slayer, which is your standard team deathmatch.
Right, okay.
There's Strongholds, which is, an objective-based thing. There's Oddball, which is another objective-based thing. And there's Capture the Flag, which is Capture the Flag, which is another objective-based thing. Like we got like 3 different objective things in one deathmatch mode.
Technically, deathmatch has an objective. It's kill the other team.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah.
The problem is when Max, lay down. He's whining.
Okay.
Anyway, I took you out. You took a shit. We're good. Shut up.
I am altering the deal. Pray I alter it no further.
This deal's getting worse all the time. Nobody ever quotes Lando's part of that conversation. Nobody ever quotes his part.
Maybe it's the racism we were talking about.
Maybe it's the racism.
Yeah.
Y'all racist.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just, I don't know. maybe it's just that the first line is so like imposing. Nobody's Lando enough to speak up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm Lando enough. Are you Lando enough?
I don't want to appropriate Lando culture, so
Fair.
yeah.
Bakarski's
Anyway.
Humanity did.
Ah.
You know, Rando Cardrecian.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fun. That's very funny. It's a good pun.
It is. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like in terms of matchmaking, let's put it this way: we have 4 different modes in 4v4 that we can play, and a couple nights ago, I got stuck in a loop of just endless oddball matches when I was trying to get either capture the flag, strongholds, or regular Slayer.
So the problem is you can't queue for specific modes?
You can't, and because different challenges are linked to different modes, you just have to roll the dice and figure out, it's like, okay, let's see if I get what I want this time. Nope!
Yeah, you know what game does let you choose your mode?
Overwatch?
It's Overwatch.
It's Overwatch. Yes. The funny thing is, you mentioned the other day that Overwatch and Halo have opposite problems with the player base. The player base for Overwatch is like, give us just a quick playlist where we can just, hit play and get a random mode. And Halo's like, please, for the love of God, let us pick what mode we play.
Yeah, this seems like a fairly straightforward problem to solve on both fronts, but, what do I know?
Oh, jeez. The thing is, I don't even know why this is an issue with Infinite in particular, because MCC let you pick, what modes you put in your playlist anyway. So I don't know why that's different for Infinite. It's from the same developers. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know why that would be. Maybe the only thing I can think of is that they might just be worried that like certain modes wouldn't have enough population if they let you choose, but like
there are like 100,000 players on Steam at like the middle of the day. It's fine.
I know. I know. That's what's weird about. Maybe they really. I don't know. Maybe they didn't expect it to blow up so much. I don't know.
It's Halo.
Well, stay humble, Kings.
Yeah, true.
You
That said, they are trying to, at the very least, add more modes going forward. They did specify 3 modes that they want to put in. Tactical Slayer, SWAT, which is basically you start with a battle rifle and 1 shot to the head kills. They want to add Fiesta as a regular mode, which is just random weapon spawns. Like you spawn up and you have 2 random weapons. And they also want to add free for all, which that's self-explanatory. And they're trying to get those added in before the end of the year.
Right.
And they also want to add in
clock's ticking.
They also want to add in like a dedicated Slayer playlist, which please God, please do. I don't want to play 6 oddball matches in a row anymore. I'm tired, Daddy.
I find it funny that Halo game modes are named, like, the names make no attempt to be, like, lore-friendly at all. They're just, like, they're just silly.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about Halo. Like, actual in-game lore and multiplayer are, like, 2 totally different beasts. Because, like, in-game lore is, like, really deep and has a lot of, like, philosophical, mythological references and shit like that. And then you have Griffball.
And then you have Griffball, yeah. That's what the names are just silly.
I love it. It's great.
Nothing quite lives up to Fear 3's fuck everything and run mode, but I mean,
fuck everything and run. I like it.
Yeah, that was the meme that people said, what does Fear stand for? Fuck everything and run. And then in Fear 3, one of the multiplayer modes is literally just called fuck everything and run.
I love it when developers just have fun with shit like that.
Yeah.
Halo's been doing that since like day 1.
Yeah.
And that's that's one of the things I love about Halo, honestly. Just Just like the clear divide between the very serious and, dramatic single-player mode and, like, the story and lore and just the absolute batshit insanity of multiplayer.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You're never bored. No matter which one you pick.
Yeah. As Hannah Montana once said, it is the best of both worlds.
Philosopher of our time.
Among other things, yeah.
Among other things, yeah.
Yeah.
Among Us.
Shut up. Stop talking about Among Us.
I'm tired of
seeing it.
I'm sorry. You say Among, and my brain auto finishes to Among Us.
God, I really feel... You're making me feel like a fucking elderly person today.
That game has fucking ruined my... Like, the internet has ruined my sense of humor over the last, 10 years.
I've been around, but I'm not, Maybe I'm not online enough. I don't know.
You're too online. Well, maybe I'm not online enough.
Yeah, I'm stuck in a weird zone where it's sometimes I feel like I'm very online, but then I fucking listen to you and I'm like, maybe I'm not all that online. I don't know.
Look at this dude over here playing his video games and writing his fan fictions. I'm over here being a productive member of society and making really shitty shitpost memes.
Yeah. Who will win?
Vine Boom,
Vote now on
Drip Goku, Among Us, Big Chungus.
Vote now on your phones.
God. Holy shit, that's an old meme. Oh my god. Bro, what is this, 2005? Vote now on your phone. Who does that? Text 49644944694.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure, the movie.
The movie? Come on, we gotta show it. We can't just fucking movie reference and meme our way through an episode.
I mean, we've done it before, we can do it again.
I guess. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin show, where we are continually lowering the bar.
And your IQ level.
The bar is on the fucking floor.
The bar is at present clipping through the floor.
We are only winning this game of Limbo if our fucking shadows count.
So yeah, Halo Infinite. Which I'm glad the updates are coming for that, because last few weeks have been a little bit poopy. They're also planning on adding more weapons. Some are better than the previous weapons we've had. Some are much worse. They literally took the worst weapon in the game, the Ravager, and made it fucking worse.
It's not gonna do much ravaging, I assume.
It doesn't do much ravaging to start with. This thing fucking sucks. And it's a power weapon.
What sucks about it? Describe it.
Okay, so it's got this 3-shot system, but like
a burst.
Yeah, and
okay, yeah,
and it's supposed to be like these. Max, shut up. Max, lay down. Stop whining. I'm doing a show. Whatever it is, you can wait.
See, what's really funny is that what's really funny is there's an alternate universe where it's me saying those things because my brother's name is Max, and it's even funnier.
Oh man, I remember when I first said that. I was like, "Stop talking about my brother." No, it's my dog.
Yeah.
My brother's not even here. No, my dog is named Max.
Yeah, that was the second weird coincidence after learning that we were born on the same day.
That was the weirdest.
Yeah. That's why I said it was the second weirdest, because it wasn't as weird as that.
The prophecy. Anyway, aside from that, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Ravager has a burst system where it fires 3 plasma shots that arc over to the enemy. But the arc is really, really low to the ground and it's hard to aim. And
so wait, so it's like a auto hit, it locks on?
No, it does not. It does not lock on. and it has
What do you mean by
it has
what do you mean by arc then?
Like the trajectory that it takes out of your gun, like
a fucking axe in Castlevania.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Except it doesn't like do like a high arc. It does like a really low arc. That's basically just like onto the ground. Like
a underhand pitch.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
That's a weird thing for a gun to do.
I know, right? This thing sucks, and it has horrific splash damage.
Yeah.
The only way you're ever going to get use out of this goddamn piece of shit is if you utilize its overload feature, where if you charge the weapon and then fire one large burst, it coats an entire area in fire and causes like damage to whoever's in the fire.
Right.
But like
as fire does.
But like even then, the amount of damage it does is pitiful. And people can just run out of the fire because, like, it's not that large of a space.
And you're saying they're making it worse?
Yeah, they took out the overcharge mode, and they make it cause less damage per shot. And it already doesn't have great splash damage. Now it has even worse splash damage.
Is this like a joke weapon on purpose?
I'm starting to think it is. It is this big, badass-looking thing that has a name called the Ravager.
Right.
And it does all of jack shit. It is useless.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's me. What have you been up to?
Not that, I can tell you. Not a whole lot of ravaging.
Okay. Give me a second. Yeah. I'm going to go cover up my dog. You talk. I will be listening.
Yeah. Just smother him with a pillow or whatever.
Blanket. I'm gonna smother him with a blanket gently.
Well, yeah. Well, you got to get a pillow so he has proper like arc support or whatever.
He's a dog.
He's got a neck, Kevin.
Anyway, what have you been up to?
Well, I finished Death's Door. That was a good time. It's a little. I enjoyed it. It has some really good art direction. Some solid satisfying simple puzzles, some really good boss fights. I think it's a little overrated. I kind of regret giving it the Indie Game of the Year vote over Kena, because I think Kena was actually a little bit better.
Yeah, you seem to actually be like very satisfied with Kena by the end of it.
Yeah, and the comparison is warranted because they're actually very structurally similar. They're both about basically going through mini dungeons to get to 3 different big boss fights, and then you get all 3 and you win the game or whatever, and you go to the final boss or whatever. The boss fights in Death's Door are actually really good. The moment-to-moment gameplay is pretty good too. It's just I was talking to someone on Twitter about this. Death's Door has like the pacing is kind of off because the scope is small, but like the map, the scope is small, but the levels are big and your movement speed is kind of slow, which makes things a little bit arduous sometimes when you're trying to go all over the place to do certain things. Mm-hmm. And it feels like there's not as much content filling those gaps. It kind of results in a bit of a stop and go pace, especially since there's no map. It's trying to harken back to like a Zelda-esque simplicity or whatever.
Like classic Zelda.
Yeah, a bit. It feels like it feels a lot like top-down Zelda. It's nowhere near that cryptic, but you know.
Yeah.
But it does result in something of a stop and go pace. And the conclusion I came to with someone on Twitter was that this game, it either needed to be a more tightly designed, concise experience, or it needed to have its scope expanded and fill the gaps with more stuff.
Right.
Because now it's kind of awkwardly in the middle, and the concessions it makes on both sides kind of weaken it a bit. That said, it's still a fun time. I still enjoyed it. It's a good challenge at parts. It's very minimalist. It's good gameplay. And again, the boss fights are really well designed. But not like, I don't think it's the best indie game I've played this year is what I'm saying. And I think like it's a little bit overhyped.
Yeah.
I think. That's my official Zeke Freak stamp. Good game, a little overhyped.
It's the Zeke Freak tea, ma'am.
It does not get my
myself. That was horrible.
It's okay. I instantly forgot what you said.
Good, thank you.
That said, we did record it for all of the internet, so
yeah,
you know,
that's the unfortunate bit.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, but then I also played a game called Effie, which really should be called Galland, because Galland can't stop talking about Galland in the third person. Galland. So Effie is like it's an Unreal Engine 4 game, and it's trying to harken back to like what they call like classic like PS2 era platformers and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but and like the thing of it's fine. It's kind of I did finish it. It's pretty short. It's only like 3.5, maybe 4 hours. It's kind of it's a little jank, and one of the things that really adds to that is the fact that the platforming is fine. The platforming works great. The combat is pretty jank. It's pretty much just button mashing.
Yeah.
With like a little bit of like, maybe I should dash away, maybe I should shield, that kind of thing. But like it's mostly just bashing enemies and trying not to get bashed back. Really simple shit. But what makes it feel kind of jerky is the fact that it's a PS4 game I played through backwards compatibility. Technically the frame rate is unlocked, so it is 60 FPS, but the frame pacing is fucking horrible.
Ooh.
So it's really like, especially most of the time it's fine, but like whenever like you're staring at a wide open space or there's a lot of enemies, like the frame pacing is just so jerky.
Yeah.
And also it's one of those games where I can't at a certain point I legitimately couldn't tell if they were doing like slow-mo impact shots or if it was just the frame rate like stuttering. I legitimately couldn't tell. But what I found most amusing about the game is actually its main character, Galland. Because so if you look up images of Effie, you'll notice that this motherfucker, he looks like if he looks like a fucking like discount Reinhardt if he was in Roblox.
Oh god. Hold up.
And they even
keep talking.
Yeah, they even got like a voice actor that is clearly trying to like kind of sound like Darren DePaul. And he's not like he's doing like a kind of like a lazy Darren DePaul impression, but like he refers to himself in the third person, and like the game repeats a lot of the same stock lines whenever things happen. Like whenever like an enemy, like after you solve a puzzle, whatever, an enemy show up, he's like, "An ambush! The time to fight is now." Galland knew the time. Galland suspected he'd have to look for the solution to this puzzle.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Effie guy, and yeah, that's exactly what you're. Yeah, I can see
Effie,
it.
Effie is the name of like the little girl he's telling the story to, because this is all like a self-contained flashback.
Oh, so this guy is Galland.
Yes, he's Galland.
Then why is the game called Effie and not Galland?
It's weird because Effie's like, it's a framing device. He's just telling this little girl, maybe his granddaughter, we don't know, it's not explained, the story.
Yeah, but like, the thing is, when you're naming your game after a character, you're supposed to, like, especially in marketing, you're supposed to put that character first and foremost for, like, I
think they're doing like a pretentious. It feels kind of pretentious, But if the story like tied into Effie in any way, it might be like a poignant thing. But like it's not. It's literally just a framing device. He's just telling this girl a tale of heroics of his youth or whatever. Which not really. Well, sort of his youth, because the whole point is that like he was cursed by a witch to. He was like lazy, and he was cursed by a witch to grow old, and he was trying to undo the curse. So like you play as old man Galland.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm just reminded of when I was watching like fucking Clannad back in like high school, and I was watching it on my TV, and my mom comes up behind me, looks at the screen, and my mom is, a little out of touch, and with the kids, and Mom points at the screen, and there's like 4 characters on the screen, and she's like, "Which one of these characters is Clannad?" and I just have to pause the show and put my face in my hand and just like, Mom, no.
That's crazy.
I had to go on a whole long spiel about how no, that's not how that works.
Yeah,
not every show is Naruto, Mom.
Yeah, if it were me, I would have just pointed to the starfish girl and be like, "Hey, is that the girl that got that one cop fired?" Remember that?
I do. It's hard to forget.
That was funny.
He just sends a simple meme.
Yeah. Man. That's my favorite. That's my favorite trivia about Clannad is that one starfish girl got a cop fired in real life.
Which is why Fuko is best girl.
Fuko really said ACAB.
In this house, we stand a legend. I'm sorry, I had to bring that up.
Yeah, but yeah, I found Effie feels like a student project. And like, I mean that in a good and bad way. Like, it's not bad. Like, if you have 3.5 hours to burn on something that's not super polished, but has some fine enough platforming and has some pretty good art direction in places. Like, I really like the look of the white castles with the red grass and trees. That's a really cool look. And there's one level that takes place at like a vineyard, but it's like flooded with wine.
Ooh.
Which is fun. But yeah, it's a short little adventure. It's kind of over before you know it. But yeah, so I played Effie, beat that. And then I just today, I've been going through Spider-Man Remastered, as I said, and I just today beat the base game. I'm going through the DLC now.
You had to sit through the pain of the ending again.
Oh yeah. The ending of Spider-Man PS4 is one of my favorite pieces of Spider-Man anything.
It's so good, and it just you literally made an entire video about it, but like, oh man,
I made a video referencing it. The video wasn't about it,
but like, it's just, it so perfectly ties into the entire identity and the entire theme of Spider-Man in general.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah. And then I saw just today on Twitter that Life is Strange True Colors was like 56% off on Amazon, so I ordered that.
Oh, nice.
That's coming in the mail at some point. Fine, everyone. You've harassed me enough. Everyone's begging for my opinion on the new Life is Strange, because apparently I'm a Life is Strange channel now. So fine. I'll cop it. I'll cop the game. Look forward to my review.
Your Life is Strange 2 video is still one of my favorite videos you've made.
Yeah, thank you. That,
and I feel like my 2 favorite videos that you've made are that and the post-integrity threshold video.
Yeah. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go into True Colors with as much of an open mind as I can muster, and I'll come back with my thoughts at some point.
God, though that said, regarding your videos, I'm reminded of your video on Majin Buu, and you ended the entire episode being like, man, Toriyama's a fucking shit writer, but Buu's pretty cool.
Buu is best. Kevin, he turns people into candy. What else do you want?
I know, right?
That's all you need.
It's one of those goofy powers that, like, it sounds like just pure cartoon nonsense, but I don't know, Toriyama manages to make it genuinely terrifying.
Well, that was a point in the video, is that like he's like a cartoon villain come to life, and like that you see the horrific ramifications of just this batshit nonsense.
It's so good. It's turning the entire like early cartoony parody Dragon Ball on its head. It's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You turned my mom into an egg.
Egg.
Yeah. You know, I'm just realizing, why did nobody make like a fucking pickle Gogeta meme? That feels like a thing that would have happened.
Oh god.
Majin Buu turned me into a pickle. I'm Pickle Gogeta. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Majin Buu. He turns him into a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
If I was a time traveler, let me tell you what I'd do. That. just be like, hey, Toriyama-san, I have an idea. You're not gonna get it, but your kids are gonna love it.
Just gonna plant that one in his head.
Yeah, or his grandkids. I don't know. He's fucking old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been around the block. God, that just reminds me of how Toriyama was like, "Oh, I became a manga writer because I needed smokes." A lot of other people, it's like, "Oh, I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my favorite writers," or "Oh, I wanted to tell a story that only I could tell." And Toriyama's like, "I needed cigarettes."
Smoking with cigarettes. Yeah. Speaking of Dragon Ball and On the Block, remember hearing those stories about Norio Wakamoto? They would like pretend to be selling for the neighborhood kids.
Oh my god, that's so cute though. Yeah, apparently while the Cell Saga was airing in Japan, like kids would like the neighborhood kids would come up to his house and just shout, "Come out and fight us, Cell!" And he would just poke his head out of the window and just in Cell's voice be like, "Huh? Did somebody say they want to get drained?"
That's a great thing to tell children.
Gee.
I love it. 80s were, well, I guess it would be early 90s. Early 90s were wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ren and Stimpy and all that.
You idiot!
Oh, fuck. What was I going to say? God damn. You know, I thought he was dead.
Norio Wakamoto?
Yeah, I thought he died like 7 years ago or something, but I just saw that, I looked him up for whatever reason, and no, he's alive.
Yeah, he's alive, and he's still doing voice work. Yeah, let's try that again.
I don't know why. I'm having a weird Mandela thing going on. I thought Norio Wakamoto died like almost a decade ago.
Dude, I had the same thing happen to me with like Bob Barker. I thought Bob Barker died.
Who the fuck is Bob Barker?
Price is Right. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I know the sound, I don't know the show.
The Price is Right, or alternatively, the person who kicks Billy Madison's ass.
See, the thing about game shows, Kevin, is that if it wasn't on Nickelodeon Gas, I don't know it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, unless like Iron Chef counts as a game show, in which case I know that one.
Yeah, I'd say Iron Chef kind of sort of counts.
Yeah.
It's like a game show, reality show kind of thing.
One of my favorite Futurama jokes is the Iron Chef parody where Bender's like, if it's chicken, Chicken-ella King. If it's fish, Fish-ella King. If it's turkey, Fish-ella King. So funny. Nobody wants to eat turkey. You've all been fucking brainwashed. It's a shit tier meat.
I love that of all the reality shows that you and I grew up with, one of the few commonalities we have is Iron Chef.
What other reality shows did you watch as a kid?
Ninja Warrior, that's another one we both watched.
Yeah. Also, did you watch Cops? I watched a lot of Cops. Then again, G4 really didn't give me any choice.
Didn't really watch a whole lot of Cops.
See, I just like, I like seeing weird people. So like when on Cops you see a lot of weird people.
Right.
They're like, man, I just put 18 snakes in my bathtub. I didn't think anything would go wrong. It's just shit like that where that I just it's the same reason we read Reddit posts. It's like I just like peering into these people's lives that like I never would have experienced. I never would have seen otherwise. The
lives of strange, unusual people.
Mm-hmm. I watched a lot of Animal Planet as a kid.
I watched a little bit of Animal Planet every now and then.
Yeah, I think I told you this a long time ago, but my mom had like a thing when I was like in middle school where like Tuesday was like no cartoon day. Like it was like I don't know, maybe to expand our horizons or whatever. She wanted us to watch, you know, what live action whatever. And my go-to was always like just like Animal Planet documentaries or whatever.
I actually watched quite a bit of Food Network as a kid. Come to think of it.
Me too. I did. I did too. Adam Richman when Adam Richman eats. You know. Yeah. Man vs. Food. I watched a little bit of you know what's funny? I remember watching Guy Fieri, but I don't remember what the fuck his show was called.
Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah, maybe.
Max, lay down. He's whining at me again. I will take you out when I'm damn well good and ready.
What were some Food Network shows? Because I know I watched a lot of Food Network, but I don't remember a whole lot of shows.
The ones that I watched was stuff like Unwrapped, Good Eats.
I watched Good Eats, yeah.
Yeah, whenever they showed Iron Chef. Did not like Iron Chef America, though.
Yeah, not as good.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, like look, Iron Chef America, not quite the same downgrade as American Ninja Warrior, but it's a downgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, they still try to like Hollywood glitz and glamour it up and shit like that, which just it's a competition. Sorry.
I feel like off the top of my head, I feel like the only two American versions of foreign TV shows that ever fucking worked were The Office and Hell's Kitchen. That's literally it.
Hell's Kitchen, like the American version of Hell's Kitchen is genuinely better than the UK version.
Yeah, in stark contrast to every other Gordon Ramsay show.
God, you watch Kitchen Nightmares US, UK, and it's like a completely different fucking thing.
I did. I watched a lot of that in high school. It was on like they had like every season of the UK version on Netflix. Yeah. So I just watched all that. Yeah.
Like Kitchen Nightmares UK is just like Gordon Ramsay, just very low key narrating everything. This is terrible. I don't know what I'm going to do. This sauce is undercooked. And shit like that. Meanwhile, in the American version, it's like things are going to go from bad to worse.
Yeah, I just love in the British one. It's like, sir, it's 2006. Baby veg is out. And then in the American one, it's just like, you gotta fucking get your shit together. This restaurant's going down. And then the fucking like sound effects or whatever.
Fucking weird ass like American reality show sound.
I really love those videos where people take the dialogue out of American Kitchen Nightmares and just leave all the sound effects. It's really fucking funny when you get to focus in on them.
Jane Animations had an entire bit where she just played clips from the American version of Kitchen Nightmares and just like put clip art over every single fucking sound effect.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. It's like the exact opposite of... It's equally as funny, but it's the exact opposite of, like, Big Bang Theory without the laugh track.
Just these long, awkward silences.
My favorite thing is when people did, like, iCarly without the laugh track, and everyone's like, this is still funny.
Yeah. Amazing. Good writing is good.
It's almost like it wasn't needed. Crazy.
Look, Spencer saves that show. Like single-handedly. Well, him and Gibby!
I mean, they're all the whole ensemble was pretty pretty primo kino, if I'm being honest.
That said, looking back at iCarly, man, that show was mean.
Kind of, but I mean, like, yeah, but it's not as mean as shit like, I don't know, Cat Dog or whatever.
Yeah, fair.
Like, I feel like meanness in comedy is on a spectrum.
It is. Like,
it ends at Cat Dog, and it goes up from there.
I love how it ends at Cat Dog.
Cat Dog is like the most like vile, mean-spirited show ever made.
The thing is, when I was a kid, that never really like registered to me. But
it did to me. I never liked watching Cat Dog.
But my mom hated that show, but she couldn't give us, like, a good reason why she hated it. So, like, she couldn't, like...
Yeah.
She couldn't keep us from watching it.
My mom was the same. My mom was the same way with Ed, Edd n Eddy, but she could actually articulate why. Where she, said basically what I just said, where like it was mean spirited, which is funny because Ed, Edd n Eddy is not as mean spirited as Cat Dog.
My mom hated Ed, Edd n Eddy because every character in the show was stupid.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
my mom.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah, but like my mom never really understood the stupid people are funny kind of humor. My mom never understood that. Meanwhile, us kids thought that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, my cringe comedy vector. Ed, Edd n Eddy is within a tolerable zone. Cat Dog well exceeding the tolerable zone of just mean spiritedness.
If Ed, Edd n Eddy were still airing now, you absolutely know that Eddie would be trying to sell people NFTs.
Yeah.
For a quarter.
I don't think you're making... See, that's the most realistic part, is that he wouldn't understand how the fuck it works.
Exactly. He'd still do it anyway.
Yep.
God.
Yep.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Well, this started when I was asking about like reality shows you watched.
Right, yeah. Typically not a whole lot. Like, there was that one year me and my family watched American Idol, and that was like apparently the last good season.
And that's enough of that for a lifetime.
Exactly. Like I got all the drama and all of the suspense out of the way for a lifetime there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like there's a few years ago I was just like, I'm gonna watch MasterChef, and I watched one season of MasterChef, and I'm like, okay, had enough of that.
Yeah, MasterChef Junior's better, honestly. And that's entirely because Gordon Ramsay isn't shouting at the top of his lungs the entire time at stupid adults. It's kids who are genuinely trying to do their best, and he's like, "Okay, don't worry, we can fix this.
It wasn't even that. Like, I enjoy Gordon Ramsay yelling at people. It's just MasterChef gets kind of formulaic.
It does, admittedly.
Same with American Kitchen Nightmare. It just, the thing about American Kitchen Nightmare is that like you can recommend, like, there's like maybe 15 really, really good episodes that everyone should see. And then, like, the rest of them are just, like, worse variations of those exact same episodes.
One of my favorite things about Kitchen Nightmares is how, like, for, like, a lot of the restaurants that Gordon Ramsay visits, like, the people at the restaurants do interviews afterwards, and they're like, yeah, the show kind of sensationalizes things a little bit, and, like, there's some exaggeration going on, and there's some, manipulative editing to make, some conflict appear more dire than it actually is. Yeah. And then there's like the fucking Amy's Baking Company episode where it's like, dude, there was shit we couldn't show.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're serious this time.
It's like we had too much ammunition against these people.
Yeah.
It's like they did not have to exaggerate a whole lot for that episode. I love how it's one of like 2 episodes where Gordon Ramsay just up and left because he gave up.
Yep. Yeah. I always like how the meme, hello, I'm Nino, wasn't actually said by Nino. People tend to misquote that. It was actually said by Nino's brother imitating Nino. Walks up to the customers like, hello, I'm Nino.
I'm Nino.
Yeah, whoever was running the Kitchen Nightmares YouTube channel had fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that on a soundboard.
We gotta get a soundboard someday.
Play that on your stream.
Yeah. We gotta get a soundboard.
Get a soundboard and it's just all of the Kitchen Nightmares sound effects.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time.
It's an idea. It's not a bad one either.
The concept is sound, valid even. As the children might say, based.
In theory.
And then they're like, based on what? And I'm like, based on Kitchen Nightmares, you fucking idiot. Weren't you paying attention?
Listen! Understand!
In other news, you pinged me yesterday. Sakai Project is finally releasing Rewrite.
At long fucking last. It's been 3 years
I don't believe
and the translator fucking died.
I don't believe it. I will be I'll be halfway done with it and still think it's not out. I'm not gonna believe that they released it until it's been like 6 years, and then I look back and like, oh wait, yeah, I did play that, huh?
God, it reminds me of how, like, when we were watching The Rise of Skywalker together, and you're like, I'm still not convinced the movie started yet, because this is literally edited like a trailer.
I still don't feel like I've seen Rise of Skywalker.
I know! What is that movie, even?
It's like it's like, it's like that meme I made a long time ago about, like, Diet Right. It's fucking nothing.
Yep.
You know? You drink it, and then you just forgot you drank it.
That movie's so bad. Like, God, not even Ian McDiarmid could save that movie because they gave him all of the worst lines. Ugh. Okay, not all of the worst lines. Ray got the worst one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm all of the Jedi.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Oh, God. I understand what they were trying to go for, but it's so stupid.
Yeah, anyway.
I love how Dave Filoni afterwards had to be like, no, just because you hear Ahsoka doesn't mean necessarily that Ahsoka's dead. She's just, elsewhere in the galaxy, and she's, like, projecting herself to Rey. Like, he had to save that bullshit. Because they decided to use his own character for that scene.
Right.
Which is weird, because they use Ashley Eckstein's voice for that scene, but in live action, she's played by Rosario Dawson.
Right. No, that's fine. I wasn't talking about anything. Just go on a Star Wars tangent.
I'm sorry. It came up.
You brought it up.
Okay, back to what you were saying.
Fine. I understand. The need to shit on the sequels is infectious.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Can you blame me?
A little bit, but
Okay.
in the same way, I can blame like anti-vaxxers for getting sick.
Yeah.
Basically, you're an anti-vaxxer right now to me.
Dude, I literally got vaccinated like 2 days ago.
I know, it's called irony. Jeez, do you know what a joke is?
I'm bringing it up to make the joke clearer.
Right, and I'm arguing against it to make it funnier. That's how that works. Anyway, Rewrite. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the improved translation. I don't have quite the setup for it, but I really want to I still have the fan patch version on my computer. I really want to run both at the same time and like record the differences.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't really have like a stream setup or whatever, but like that would be fun to do. I don't know how much it costs, and a part of me is just like, don't buy it, because fucking Prototype's gonna port it to Switch soon anyway. I wish they were more clear about those things, but whatever. Because I know the instant I cave and buy it, Prototype's gonna be like, and we're bringing it to Switch in 6 months. I'm like, you fuckers. You fuckers.
I will rain hellfire upon you.
I'm still mad that they released a Switch port of Blue. What the fuck was it called? Fuck. Something Blue Reflection. What the fuck was that key game called? I can't think of it now. Fuck.
Oh no.
Thank you. You're real helpful. But anyway, they released. Shut up! Anyway, they released. I gotta look it up. My sentence, like every time I try to form a sentence, my brain just like skips over the title, and I'm like, no, now it doesn't make any sense. Okay. I gotta look it up now. Make random noises until I figure this out.
Bruh, don't put me on the spot like that.
Shut up! You're on the spot. Make noises. Summer Pockets. It was Summer Pockets.
That's what it was. Oh yeah, right. Okay.
So this is confusing. So They released Summer Pockets in English on PC, and then there was the expansion Summer Pockets Blue Reflection. Well, it's a re-release, but like it includes like a ton of new. It includes like 4 new routes. It's a pretty big like re-release, and like revamp some stuff from the original game. That version is also getting translated, but Prototype brought that to Switch before the translation was done. So unlike the other Prototype key visual releases, this one doesn't have the English script in it. And it's not like they're gonna do it again. So like I'm still annoyed at that because it means that like the definitive version of Summer Pockets won't be on Switch in English because they jumped the gun on that one.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that sucks dick.
It do suck a lot of dick.
Slurp, slurping it up.
Penis.
We got it. Yeah, we got it. Yeah. I think there was something else in my notes I wanted to bring up. I gotta look at my notes.
Okay.
No, that was it.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah, unless you have something else to say.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, next segment. Fuck it. Welcome to the second segment. We're talking about Stone Ocean right now.
JoJo Stone Ocean.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good motif.
I quite enjoyed this particular this particular batch of episodes.
Yeah, so we're talking about the first 12 episodes of Stone Ocean that dropped. Not like a full series analysis or anything, because it's not all out yet. I've read most of the manga, so I knew everything that was happening here. I think you told me you were mostly unspoiled on Stone Ocean.
Yeah, Stone Ocean, Steel Ball Run, and JoJolion are the 3 parts that I know the least about.
Right.
I know what happens at the very end of Stone Ocean, and that's
right.
it. That's really kind of it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I know that Steel Ball Run has Gyro Zappelli in it, and Jesus Christ, and Erase. And I know that the main character of JoJolion has 4 testicles.
Of course. As was prophesized in the basement order meme.
The basement order meme, God. Introduces Joseph. How can one phrase be so simple but cause so much psychological damage?
Well, you know what doesn't introduce Joseph? Stone Ocean.
It doesn't. It introduces Jotaro.
If you want to hear his exciting backstory, you should then go watch part 3.
God. And this is why we don't like Mother's Basement.
Why does he have subscribers and I don't? I don't get it.
I know. What is this bullshit? It's backwards, I tell you.
This guy's got literal fucking brain rot. Why does anyone listen to him? It's crazy. Anyway. What? So like I read everything this core adapted. So I'm interested in what you thought.
Man. So I know JoJo is already kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hence the bizarre in the name, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's not JoJo's, passably unusual adventure or JoJo's completely normal adventure. It's bizarre.
Yeah, of course.
But man, I feel like even by JoJo standards, Stone Ocean goes a little crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like, my stand is Goo Goo Dolls and it turns people tiny, and I'm going to put you into the hollowed out corpse of this rat. And you have to speak in uwu for the entire episode, or else I'll punch you.
Yep. Oh boy, it's just the beginning of the weirdness.
Oh my god, that was probably the single weirdest fight, entirely because it was mostly just the personality of the villain just propelling the weirdness forward.
Yeah, it's a good arc. Yeah,
it's fun though. Really, really interesting fights for like the first these first 12 episodes. I think my two favorite fights are probably John Gallier and oh god, what was his name? Fucking
McQueen.
No,
or Lang Wrangler.
Lang Wrangler, that's his fucking name. What a name.
Yeah.
Araki, give your characters normal fucking names challenge. Literally impossible.
Well, yeah. Yeah, John Gallier is pretty cool. He's got the booty, though.
He do got the booty, though. The thing is, I heard mixed things about the fight in the manga. Like, people apparently have mixed thoughts about how the fight went in the manga.
The John Gallier fight?
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. I think people just found it hard to follow.
Yeah, I could, yeah. So I don't think that fight's the best example, but yeah, sometimes fights can be difficult to follow in the manga, especially in Stone Ocean, where like some of these stand abilities are so abstract. And I mean, John Gallier's is pretty simple, but like the framing of it is pretty abstract.
Yeah.
Especially since the manga doesn't have the filter the anime does that like starts off. You know, it doesn't have some of the subtle like visual cues of when they're in the dream and when they're not in the dream. So like it is a bit harder to follow, especially in black and white. I guess it would be kind of difficult to follow.
Yeah, I feel like the anime makes it pretty clear what is in the dream world and what isn't.
Yeah.
So I think it works pretty well in the anime, and it's complicated, but it's easy to follow if you're paying enough attention.
Yeah. I'll say this about the Stone Ocean anime is that so far, this has made like the most cuts of like I think any of the parts since like part 1.
Really now?
Yeah, a lot of, and you can especially tell when just last night Haman Beat released his differences video for the first 12 episodes, and it's literally longer than all the other videos that covered full parts.
Ooh, wow. And that's impressive considering that like parts 4 and 5 had actually quite a few changes to them.
Yeah. A lot of it is fairly minor cuts for like building the setting and like side interactions and stuff, and then some of the fights play out slightly differently. Marilyn Manson is like the big one that played the ending of that fight is like very different from the manga.
Really?
Yeah. And it's mostly technicalities, but they rearrange it in such a way that it requires like just less time and less explaining. There's some theorizing that this season might only be 36 episodes instead of 39, which might explain why some of these cuts are happening. I don't think anything major really is cut. It's mostly just like side like interactions and things that flesh out the setting more.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those JoJo asides, which part 5 also cut out a few of those. But the first 12 episodes of Stone Ocean cut out quite a bit in that regard.
Yeah.
Which makes it feel a lot faster. As someone who read the manga, this adaptation felt pretty fast.
But I'm not sure is that like a good thing or a bad thing, or is it just like a thing?
It's just a thing. Okay. Like in some cases it's an improvement because some parts of Stone Ocean drag, although nothing in this core, honestly. And then probably needed to be sped up a little. Well, some lines were just like, oh, that was a cool detail that's now lost to time, but you know, nothing offends me on that front, honestly.
Well, Twitter was offended by one change. Jolene doesn't call Foo Fighters a queer.
See, I've actually heard that in the Japanese version she still does. She uses okudama or whatever the fuck the word is.
Right.
But the subtitle script and the dub don't translate it the way the fan translation did. Okay. So
I love how all the people who are upset about the fact that Jolene doesn't call Foo Fighters a queer are mostly queer people.
Yeah. Well, because it's just funny.
Everyone's like, no, she can reclaim the word. It's fine.
Well, I find it really funny that they remove the English versions remove that joke, but then the dub also calls Foo Fighters a they them. So they're literally queer. So that's, yeah. I mean, like it almost would have been like appropriate in that case, but not that, you know, weird priorities, I guess.
It would have been.
Yeah. Which I'm not like. That's a interesting change. I don't really feel any particular way about it. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's literally a colony of plankton. What else could they be but a they them? But
they literally are a they and them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fun little detail there.
Yeah.
I do actually really like the concept of Foo Fighters as a character being like this. I described it as like a bunch of microorganisms in a human-shaped trench coat.
Yeah. Basically it.
I always love I always love characters who are like not human learning how to be human while also trying to propel the plot forward and interact in meaningful ways. That's a character concept I always like to see explored, and it's cool seeing JoJo explore it here with Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Also, another great example of Holly Cujo was too weak to handle the power of the stand, but now a colony of plankton can handle the power of a stand just fine.
Man, that one element of Part 3 ages worse and worse with every new part.
She's too weak to handle the power of the stand. Meanwhile, we've got like fucking babies and old people and really, really incompetent people and animals. And at one point in Jajolian, a fucking road has a stand.
A road?
Yeah, a fucking street.
Oh my god.
But no, Holly Cujo can't handle the power of a stand.
Also, I love the stand names for Part 6 because this is the most mid-2000s stand names you can think of.
Yeah.
Goo Goo Dolls, Jumping Jack Flash, Weather Report.
Yeah. Later we got things like Limp Bizkit.
Oh my god. Please, for the love of God, let them call it Flaccid Pancake, please.
Yeah.
Please keep Flaccid Pancake from All-Star Battle, I beg you.
In the pantheon of stupid fucking legal name changes, I have to say I think Weather Forecast is one of my least favorites. I think that's so fucking stupid.
It's so...
It's not. It doesn't roll off the tongue the same way Weather Report does. And like, who the fuck can sue you over saying Weather Report? That's like the most like who owns it? Like that's just a phrase. I understand it's a music reference, but like,
yeah,
it's like such a common thing. It's like it's fucking like it's like when ZeniMax tried to sue the indie game for using the word scrolls. It's like,
or how 2K is currently trying to sue the developers of It Takes Two for having.
Well, okay, they're not
the title.
okay. So like, it's very. They're trying to ensure they can't protect the phrase, which is different than like copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Allegation, but like it's the problem is these companies just have a legal division that just sits around all day waiting for shit to justify their jobs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, yeah. What? Go on.
In terms of stand names, they got lucky with Foo Fighters because Jolene and Hermes already abbreviate it to FF later, so they just call Foo Fighters FF the entire time.
Also, did you watch it in Japanese?
I did.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I mean, it's JoJo. I mean, it's the way to do it.
That said, pretty cool thing about the English dub is Kira Buckland, who is like a longtime JoJo fan, has been wanting to do like, she was actually the voice of Raimi in part 4.
Yeah.
But she's been wanting to be like Jolene the entire time. She's been working to be Jolene instead. And yeah, she got cast as Jolene, and she was ecstatic about it on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah, congratulations.
It's a shame I don't watch these fucking JoJo dubs.
Yeah, unfortunate. But I'm glad that she got her dream job.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good for her. I remember when she was just on Newgrounds.
Yep, voicing weird little Flash animations.
Come a long way. She was fucking Meryl in Metal Gear Awesome. Did you know that?
She was. I remember that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So good for her. Anyway, yeah. Weather Forecast is a fucking stupid name.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. It's Weather Report. Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I'm just trying not to, spoil too much upcoming. But but I did enjoy the stretch of episodes. I thought it was pretty well adapted, although there are some the production isn't quite as strong as like part 5 was.
Yeah, you can tell because like the animation is much more limited. And it's very similar to the adaptations of part 1 and 2, where they rely a lot more on still frames, like dynamic still frames.
Yeah.
That said, you can tell that they saved a lot of their production. Like you can tell that they saved a lot of time in production, like staff, specifically for the Jump and Jack Flash fight. Because when that thing gets moving, it looks really good actually. You know, with the exception of fucking, oh god, what was his name? Lang Wrangler. With the exception of Lang Wrangler being, like, fucking horrifically ugly CG for like, 1/3 of the episode.
Yeah. You cut out for me, but I'm assuming you're just complaining about the CG Jack.
Yeah, CG Lang Wrangler.
That wasn't even, like, as egregious to me as, like, the random CGI shots of Whitesnake for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know why they made, like... he jumped out of a window! Do you really need to make him CG for that?
Look, animating someone jumping out of a window is really hard, okay?
See, I understand why they did it for Lang Wrangler, because he, like, literally crawls along the wall like a goddamn spider and whatever. But, like, yeah, with Whitesnake, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense, because a lot of it was just very simple movements that I feel could have been animated traditionally.
Yeah, I feel like there's some stretching behind the scenes going on.
Yeah.
It looks I mean in general it looks fine, but there's some wonky frames and some awkward CG. And the whole effort feels a bit more conservative. You know, I think I feel like a part of that might just be that, like, this is pretty infamously, like, Japan's least favorite part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, like, and I have a mini conspiracy that, like, obviously, like, there's people that care about this, but, like, I feel like the overwhelming passion we saw put in the production of Part 5 isn't quite here with Stone Ocean. And, you know, something about the fact that, you know, now they need, like, Netflix money to make it happen makes me think that, like, maybe there wasn't a lot of domestic demand for Stone Ocean.
Yeah, they probably had issues getting, like, sponsors and shit like that in order to actually fund the production of Part 6, because it's, like, not as popular as the previous, like, 5.
Yeah.
So, like, I can get why they, you know, needed the Netflix money for it, but... yeah. I will admit that, like, the production quality, it's still a really good adaptation. It's still, like, it still looks good, and it's still, like, well-directed and well-produced, but you can definitely tell that, like, overall, it is a step down from how good Part 5 was.
Yeah.
And Golden Wind's my favorite part overall, so...
Yeah. That said, I don't know if we said this on the show or if I just said it to you in private, but, like, I feel like the Netflix involvement could really come in handy for making Steel Ball Run a reality, because I feel like otherwise Steel Ball Run might be, like, an adaptation that just would never happen.
Yeah, the problem is Steel Ball Run is way longer than any of the other parts.
Yeah.
And it has a lot more complex things that need to be done, like friggin', you know, horses.
Yeah, it's just like I've said before, like, to make a Steel Ball Run anime happen, they'd have to, like, train an entire division of animators specifically to learn how to animate horses if they don't want to rely on CG, which they've said they don't want to for horses, because horses are just tricky to animate, and a lot of, like, modern animators are not trained in that sort of animation.
Yeah, a lot of them are trained in, you know, human anatomy and trying to do human character animation rather than, you know, animal animation.
Yeah, you know, I remember, you know, like, the current pool of animators, you know, they're trained for what the industry is making right now, and that's, like, you know, cash grab isekai garbage. So, like, that's what they're, you know, I think we all remember those gifs of, like, Hensuki where, like, the animators are desperately trying to figure out how a dog moves, you know.
I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. It actually reminds me of like this was like a while ago now. It was like 7 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But like the Shonen Jump editors were literally like, complaining about their applicants being like, no one knows how to draw a boy anymore. We're getting all these applicants that don't know how to draw men, and we're like, this is a shonen magazine. That's
Yeah, everybody just wants to draw cute girls all the time. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, that's a problem?
for a shonen magazine, it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I can understand that. You have to play to the audience that you're selling your magazine to. So I get it.
Well, I also think it's just an important skill for an artist to have.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you can have your preferences or whatnot. I mean, a lot of shonen mangaka have a clear preference in that regard. But like, if that's all, when you're so hyper specialized, like you don't make great manga that way. And same way with animation, you don't make.
Yeah, like the reason why people enjoy the artwork for stuff like Dr. Stone and My Hero Academia, part of it is character design, because both of them have a preference for really cute girls with rather attractive figures and whatever, but they also had to make these badass dude characters.
Yeah. It's like Hiromu Arakawa said once, where it's like men should be like there, and the women should be like vroom vroom or whatever the fuck she said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. That one clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based Arakawa.
In this house, we stand a legend.
Yeah, but like, that kind of there's a lot of like hyper specialization going on in the fields right now, where it's like people need to be more diversified in skill. Although at the same time, though, it's like they're not getting paid enough to be diversified in skill. So, it's a multifaceted problem. But like, I just thought that was so funny that like Shonen Jump editors were so fed up with these applicants that they publicly complained about it. That's a very un-Japanese thing to do. Like I feel like that's like the least Japanese thing I could think of, is like a company publicly complaining about the poor quality of its applicants.
Oh my god.
Like what are you, a fucking restaurant in America? Come on,
people, make better shit.
They always these animators. They always on their phones. That's the problem. Anyway, back to JoJo.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think the Netflix deal could be pretty good for making a Steel Ball Run adaptation like feasible in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do hope that actually happens, but like, I feel like even if that doesn't end up happening, I feel like Part 6 is a pretty good stopping point for like the adaptation.
Yeah, although that would be a shame, but yeah.
It would be, because a lot of people really like Steel Ball Run.
Yeah. And JoJolian's finished now, so that's adaptable.
I still can't. God, I still love how like for like a good few years while JoJolion was running, people were like, "No, this is the worst part. I don't understand what's going on." And then another chapter releases. It's like, I understand what Araki's doing now. This is genius.
The same whiplash happened with My Hero Academia for a long time.
Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, I think JoJolion's overall fan response is pretty positive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to not let my feelings on Stone Ocean color this segment too much. We'll get it, because like the early stuff I think is pretty good. I think the first third is pretty solid, and I don't really have a whole lot to nitpick. It's later parts of this part that I have issues with.
Ah, lovely, and we'll probably end up getting into that in a few months when further episodes are released.
Yeah, I've said before, like, first third of Stone Ocean pretty good, last third of Stone Ocean pretty good, middle third of Stone Ocean
not a fan.
Yeah, just wait till we get to Dragon's Dream and Yo-Yo Ma. It's like, ugh, that's a slog.
I don't know a damn thing about either of those fights, so
yeah. I almost feel like the this batch release strategy might backfire because of just how blasé the middle third of this part is, but we'll see. We'll talk about that when we get there.
I think it says a lot that of all the iconic scenes that I know of from Stone Ocean, half of them have already occurred in the first third.
Yeah, and I'm willing to bet the only thing that's left for you to miss is if there's no Mickey, this shit ain't Disney.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yep.
Yep.
I love how they changed like Mickey Mouse's birthday into Bugs Bunny's birthday in the dialogue.
This has implications, Kevin.
Are they going to keep Spider-Man, or is it going to be Batman?
Yeah, this has implications about how they're going to adapt Bohemian Rhapsody. Is it going to be Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida now? Are we going to have Aniston be like, if there's no Bugs Bunny, this shit ain't Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida? Because that sounds awesome. And a very clever solution to that problem.
I mean, the part literally takes place in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They have the brand deal. They can do it.
Yeah, they're Warner Brothers Japan. I feel like that would be a very clever solution to this problem. No one thought of it. Everyone on the internet was like, "Man, they should turn it into Polnareff Land." Like the meme.
Polnareff, what?
Remember the Polnareff Land joke from Part 3?
Oh right. Oh right. That fight, right?
Yeah. It's okay. I'm not a big fan of that fight either.
Baby stand.
No, it's not. No, not that one.
Oh, right. I keep getting them.
No, Death 13's awesome. We're talking about Judgment, I think it was.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm old. I'm not Avdol. I'm old Avdol.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen Aladdin? That ain't out yet. Well, this will take a while to explain then.
Yes, I am.
Oh boy. Yeah. Anyway, everyone was like, man, they should just turn it into Polnareff Land to cash in on that joke. No one ever thought, hey, wait a minute, Warner Brothers Japan. They could make it Universal Studios at Orlando, Florida with Bugs Bunny and whatever the fuck.
They already replaced Mickey with Bugs Bunny once.
We'll see what happens. I'm actually really interested in how they're going to adapt Bohemian Rhapsody because that's a challenge legally. What was I going to say though? Fuck, I just complete absence of brain.
That's the worst. Ugh.
Yeah, I had a thought, and now it's gone. God damn it. Anyway, so, yeah, but I think the first third really emphasizes a lot of the strengths of Stone Ocean. I really like the tense pace. Like I said, I think the music plays a pretty big part in this part especially.
Yeah, when Jolene actually falls victim to the effects of Goo Goo Dolls,
yeah,
the music actually pulls a lot of weight in making it feel like a horror movie.
Yeah. The McQueen fight also has some good musical stings.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, exactly. It's Highway to Hell, so yeah.
Highway. Yep.
Yeah. That said, yeah, some of the fights are a bit more abstract in this part, and that's going to be more evident as we get further around. Not a lot of like direct blows being exchanged or anything. It's a lot of working around abstract, obstructions.
Yeah, I like how they actually took the idea of a sniper in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and made it like this really, really abstract dream within a dream kind of like puzzle.
Yeah.
I love that.
Everyone's like, why do they keep nerfing Jotaro? It's like, they're not nerfing Jotaro, they're just giving him matchups that he's bad against, like Jungalier and the fucking rats.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? Punch the bullet?
Yeah.
He literally tries to punch the bullet and gets shot.
It's not that they nerf Jotaro. It's just that the future parts tend to give him matchups that he's not good again. The problem is Part 3 stands were so simple that a lot of them could be solved by just running up and punching them.
Yep.
That's not always. That's like his appearances in Parts 4 and 6. That's not really always an option when things are involved. Like I said, the rats were basically designed to hard counter him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the entire, like, it's a slow escalation throughout the various parts in terms of, like, the complexity and the level of forethought and the level of, strategy that needs to go into battling a stand.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Jotaro has 2 real powers here with Star Platinum: punch and stop time. And there's only so much you can do.
That's not true. That's not true. He also has Starfinger,
which he never uses.
Starfinger. It's the ultimate stand.
It's the ultimate stand.
Starfinger.
God, considering that, it's a little hilarious how Pucci is like obsessed this entire part about how I need to get Star Platinum. It's the stand that overthrew the world, and my friend Dio Brando.
Well, no, like the real thing is he's after the memories because he read Dio's journal.
Yeah.
Like he actually, he lets the stand. Like in the end, he's not too bummed about losing the stand disc because that's not the part he was really after.
The stand was more like an ego thing because it's like, haha, I have Star Platinum, but like the memory is what he's most interested in.
Yeah, but we see some really abstract stands. I think a good example of that is Emporio's Burn Down the House, where he can conjure the ghosts of objects.
Oh, is that what his stand is called? Huh.
Yeah, it's called It's either Burn Down the House or Burn Down the House. I think it's called. I don't know if they actually said that yet, but yeah, it's called Burn Down the House.
Okay, yeah, I don't think they mentioned it in the anime yet.
Yeah, but he can summon the ghosts of objects, which is why he can conjure like the room that isn't there anymore, which is a very abstract fucking power.
I like how I like the scene where he like takes a drink of the orange juice, it goes through his mouth, and he's like, I can still taste it though.
Yeah.
Tastes pretty good. Want some?
Yeah. I gotta say though, his design is a lot more bland without the Cubs logos. I'm sorry.
That is you just have these like weird large blue circles on his design where clearly that's where a logo is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's funny because in the early previews he had the Cubs logos, but maybe they got a cease and desist or something. I don't know.
My guess is that my guess is that like maybe the American release has like the Cubs logo removed, but the Japanese version.
Both. Nope.
Really?
Nope, it's both.
Oh,
yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny, Japan not afraid of any music artists, not afraid of any music rate violations, but the fucking Cubs can't fuck with the Cubs, can't fuck with the Chicago Cubs. Nope.
Well, of course you can't fuck with the Chicago Cubs. It's because it's all about the Mets, baby. It's about the Mets.
See, that was the real solution. They should have just made him a Mets fan instead.
They should have made it a Mets fan, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go Mets.
And then we have like the king of abstract bullshit weather report, where he could just do anything as long as it's, you can argue that it's an effective weather, which we see at the end of this.
The fucking poison frogs falling from the sky. What is this?
Yeah.
What is this fucking biblical bullshit?
That's definitely one of the most iconic scenes in Stone Ocean. Is the fucking raining poison dart frogs. It's a type of weather, okay? Look, he can conjure weather.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about. Like, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about like stand abstraction. Is that like when you just say like he can conjure any kind of weather? When you really think about that, that can justify almost anything if you think about it.
It really can. Like something even as simple as like I can control the air pressure so that I can rocket myself forward in zero gravity.
Yeah. He makes like spacesuits out of air pressure or whatever. That's not like this, and the poison darts aren't even the craziest thing Weather Report does.
Oh God, no. The frogs are already a little out there.
Oh yeah, there's something towards the end that he does that's just completely fucking batshit. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that counts.
I can't fucking wait.
Yeah. The really abstract stands of Part 6 are both a pro and a con, because it can result in some very wacky shenanigans, but then it also results in some like fairly weak fights in the middle, which we'll talk about when that happens.
Is this where people get like the idea of like stand battles are like, Joseph wins because he shoved a frog up somebody's ass 45 minutes ago or something?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure they got that from Part 2 where Joseph, does that. But like, like it's always been that way, but it's like I think the thing about the abstract stands in part 6 is the fact that they're kind of okay, so think about like part 5. A lot of the like some of those abilities are pretty weird too, but they always came back around to like a combat focus.
Yeah.
In a sense. Or they had some kind of application in that regard that like you always got to a point where blows were exchanged. The thing about Stone Ocean stands is that you don't always reach that point because it's more about playing around the abstract rules. It's kind of like, as amusing as Highway to Hell is that really a fight?
Yeah, the thing with hold on. Water.
Yeah.
The thing with JoJo is that JoJo has always been about puzzle fights. Things where like there's a trick or a mystery that you need to unravel with the enemy to actually, defeat them and get a hit in. But I feel like, judging from what you're saying, beginning with part 6, the puzzle begins to take more precedent over the fight aspect in some regards.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing.
Wait till Dragon's Dream and Yo-Yo Ma.
Okay, noted.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the example I can pull from these first episodes is probably Highway to Hell, because like it is amusing, but it's amusing on like a character interaction level. Mm-hmm. The actual like fight isn't really all that like interesting, because like it's not really a fight. It's just sort of like figuring out how to get out of this. It's a whole thing. It kind of I feel like the one fight that's kind of like that in part 5 was like the Talking Head or whatever. Is it Talking Head or what is it called?
Baby Head, I believe.
No, not that one.
That was.
No, I'm talking about the one that makes Narancia tell lies.
Oh yeah, Talking Head.
Yeah. That's like it's kind of like that's usually called like one of the weaker ones in part 5. Only made salvageable by the teleporting shark, which is pretty cool.
The teleporting shark was fun.
Yeah, but like the tells lie, like a lot of fights in part 6 are like that, are like on the level of like Talking Head, which well, it's go on.
The main problem with Talking Head in part 5 is that there was a level of like skepticism that the characters had that they really shouldn't have had, considering that they were on the run and that there were stand users actively following them. So, like, all of the arbitrary skepticism that everybody had was kind of unfounded. So it's like, hey, Narancia's acting weird. Oh, that's just Narancia. No, it's not. He never does that. Shut up. There's a stand nearby.
No, I get that problem as well. I'm just that's just the closest example I can think of where, like, a fight becomes less of a fight and becomes more of an abstract sort of, I guess, puzzle, but like not like a super satisfying puzzle.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
I saw someone on Twitter say the Marilyn Manson thing is like a sort of a dumbed down version of the Darby fight. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of
a little bit. Though that said, I do wonder if the element of Marilyn Manson being like this, debt collector, kind of a stand ability, sort of influenced APK in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, it could have. That's a possibility.
Because like APK didn't come around until like 0405, and if I remember correctly, Stone Ocean was written in like 2000 to 2003.
Yeah. Yeah, could have been.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might have been the case.
Yeah. I missed some of the in that fight in particular. I missed like some of the asides that like fleshed out the logic of the situation. Like at one point in the manga, Hermes tries to bribe Marilyn Manson with like McQueen's money that she got from him.
Yeah,
and then Marilyn Manson's like, no, that's not yours. That doesn't count. It didn't recognize it as her money.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. It helps flesh out the logic of the stand, but that was cut in the anime.
Yeah, because the entire Marilyn Manson fight happens in one episode. So, and it did feel like that episode, it goes by at a breakneck pace compared to a lot of the other ones in this part. So like I feel like with the Marilyn Manson fight, it's the one where you can tell the most that, you know, some things got cut and rearranged here pretty, you know, substantially.
Yes, they did. That was probably the most rearranged of the fights so far. I did appreciate that it actually takes place at the right time of day for once.
It does. It does.
Yeah, because that's a fight that takes place at evening, but in the colored manga scans, it's still daytime, even though they're talking like it's not, which is really weird.
Yeah, they actually added a time lapse moment where it becomes like sundown.
Yeah, the latter part of that arc is supposed to take place in the evening, but in the colored version of the manga, it's still like broad daylight because Shueisha doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And they did the same thing in the Poochie flashback where it's nighttime, and it was always supposed to be nighttime, but in the colored manga, it looks like it's broad daylight, so everyone thinks they changed it, but they didn't.
They didn't. Dio's a vampire. He would die.
Yeah, the problem is Shueisha sees a white, like a blank sky and just assumes it's daytime.
Put blue there.
Time. Yeah, just put blue there. And they don't pay attention to the context that it's supposed to be a night scene.
Yeah.
Man, imagine how embarrassing that would have been if they fucked that up in the fucking Jotaro Dio fight. That would have been awful.
Oh, God.
They didn't, but imagine.
Imagine if they did. Wow.
Yeah.
Just like friggin' 15 chapters straight of this vampire fighting in broad daylight.
Yeah, wow, Shueisha, you're so good at this.
This is a great job. Good job, Shueisha.
Yeah. Man, your mic impression is too good.
Thank you?
You're welcome. It's a good impression. Yeah.
Stop dancing.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say, I like the OP. I'm not a big fan of the ED, honestly.
I am on the same. I'm basically with you. I did not skip the opening, but I listened to the ending like twice, and I'm like, yeah, no, next episode, I'm done.
Look, it's like I get it.
It's fitting,
but I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of Duffy.
Yeah. Unless it's Hillary Duff, then I might give it a chance.
Yeah, you know, Disney Channel kids.
Yeah, you know. My pick, as I keep saying, was a little too late by JoJo because, you know, JoJo.
Maybe they'll do that for like a later part.
I hope so. Because if they pass it by and don't do a little too late by JoJo in JoJo, I'm gonna be fucking mad. The problem is, like, I'm not sure if that's the kind of pop Araki ever listened to.
Yeah, that's a good point, because a lot of the music in, like, the ending themes are based on songs that Araki actually listened to when he wrote these parts.
Yeah, they explained this in, like, a Q&A when Part 4 was airing, that, like, Araki sends them, like, a list of songs, and then they just, like, figure out what's feasible for them to license.
Which results in, like, I think my favorite example of that happening was fucking Walk Like an Egyptian for Part 3.
To be fair, I feel like that's the best one.
Yeah, it's really, really on the nose, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's fun and it's fitting. And it's one of those, oh my god, I can't believe they actually got, like, Walk Like an Egyptian.
And then you have fucking, you know, Freaking You by Joe Dassi over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bob.
Yeah, like Part 5 already is just like a friggin' pretty boy sausage fest over here. You don't have to add like friggin' sensual R&B to the ending.
I mean, like, nobody asked for it, but like I feel like it was what we didn't know we needed.
Hey, everyone loved it. Everyone loved it.
This whole segment's just turning into how good Part 5 was again. God damn it.
Can you blame us? Can you blame us?
I can't blame us because Part 5 was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that there's just so little story that's actually been told in, like, Part 6 so far with the first 12 episodes.
That is a good point, and I think that's also kind of a valid criticism in some ways. Because there's been some really good moments, but, like, can you really say things have progressed a lot since Jotaro, lost his discs.
Yeah, like, the main plot things that happened here is Foo Fighters is introduced, we know who controls White Snake, and the Star Platinum disc got sent to the Speedwagon Foundation. That's not a whole lot.
Yeah, and this is cut down from the manga a bit, so, like, one of the complaints about Stone Ocean is kind of that it drags, and, like, this is kind of part of that. I feel like the introduction is really strong. But, like, after that, it kind of falafels. And unfortunately, I hate to tell you this, but the falafeling will continue.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There's some interesting things, but, like...
I can't wait to come back to this in 3 months and then just bitch endlessly for an hour about how bad the middle part of Stone Ocean is.
Yeah. And then, like, it picks up again at the end. But,
okay.
The falafeling will continue. And Stone Ocean... It's hard to talk about piecemeal. Like, I have things to say, but I can't say them yet.
Yeah, because you've actually read the manga.
Yeah, but, like, we'll get there when we get the binge. It was relevant, so we decided to talk about it. But like, we'll have more to talk about in the next time.
That said, considering what we actually got here, it's really interesting. It is.
Yeah.
And even if the plot isn't progressing, like, at a terribly fast rate, I feel like, at the very least for this first part, I know second part gets worse, but the fights are well constructed and have enough interesting elements to them, and, like, they're satisfying enough that I can kind of overlook the light approach to story early on.
Yeah, I feel like the real strengths of this part are Jolene as a character.
I fucking love Jolene.
And then just the setting of the prison with its rules and customs. A lot of that actually gets cut out in the anime, but what's there is still good.
The main trio in this is really good, like Jolene, Hermes, and Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
They're fun. This is a fun trio of characters, and I love the interactions between them.
Right.
There are good dynamics.
Also, all the Jotaro stuff is really good early on.
Oh, hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, it was really nice seeing Jotaro again, but honestly, I really like that, like, Jotaro was actually put on the back foot, like, in the John Gallier fight, and he actually lost that fight.
Yeah.
Which is something that you haven't seen, which it's not something you see from Jotaro a whole lot, like him actually, losing.
I don't know, he got his ass kicked by rats, so...
Right, Rat. I keep forgetting about Rat.
We weren't expecting a whole lot at this point. I mean, when the guy who got his ass kicked by a pair of rats shows up, it's like, oh, yeah, he'll save us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Although that image of the discs coming out of his face is very iconic.
Come to think of it, the John Gallier fight is kind of a reversal of the rat fight, whereas they were trying to snipe the rat, but here the enemy is trying to snipe them.
So what you're saying is Jotaro learned nothing.
Jotaro learned abso-fucking-lutely nothing. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Get your shit together.
Man, maybe they did nerf him. Who knows?
Now think about it.
I gotta really think about it now.
Yeah. The disc, the White Snake's ability is also really cool.
White Snake is just... It lends itself to a lot of really bizarre and interesting imagery. And I think that's one of the biggest strengths of a good stand is it looks cool.
Yeah, it has a really good design. I also like, the disc provides a nice justification for how we can provide more minions of stand abilities, because, now we're not just shooting people with the arrow over and over again.
Yeah, because I feel like you kind of exhausted that in Part 5, and, you got a little bit of it in Part 6 with, like, the little piece of the stand arrow inside of the brooch that was given to Jolene that, like, got passed around the prison a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I like the idea of White Snake being able to, like, take people's memories and stand abilities and transfer them into other people.
What's really interesting is that this is, like, the first time we see, like people can actually lose stand abilities.
Yeah, it is interesting, but in the case of Whitesnake, it makes sense because Whitesnake is affecting people on like a spiritual and on a mental level.
Yeah.
Because like it's explained, for a stand user, they have two elements to their soul. They have their stand and they have their memory. Their stand being like a reflection of themselves as a person. It's them as a self.
Right.
So.
Look, I'm just saying it's fucking hilarious when Hermes beats McQueen and then like discs eject out of him and he doesn't have a stand anymore.
It's
and
great.
That's just it.
I love that.
Yeah. Although, yeah. It gets confusing when you think about it though, because when Part 5 had the whole explanation with the arrows and the alien like bacterium or whatever, and you're like, how does that work with the discs? But eventually you just stop thinking about it.
God, the McQueen fight is actually really fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, no, stop trying to kill yourself. Stop it.
Yep.
I was wondering why Netflix had like the TVMA and why it listed suicide as like a content descriptor, and then I got to that fight and I'm like, oh, I see.
You know what I'm learning about you? You always look at the TV ratings.
It's right there.
I know, you don't have to look at it.
But I do, because my eye is immediately drawn to that.
I know, that's what I'm pointing out. You're drawn to that.
I am.
That's
I'm
notable.
weird.
That's noteworthy. I'm pointing that out because like I don't notice shit like that unless I go out of my way to. But it's just a quirk about you. I've noticed.
Yeah. I'm the quirky best friend.
Quirky times with C. Charmander K.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. We have Reddit posts to read, so let's move on to the next segment.
Woo! Yeah.
We'll be back after the break. Hello, welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show. It's that time again.
It's time. What's the
for
time
the Reddit?
Yeah.
We should really communicate our bits before we do them.
We probably should.
Yeah. Kevin, good news though. We're professionals now. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I've loaded up my saved Reddit posts on my new Samsung Galaxy tablet. Not a sponsor.
Oh yeah, nice.
You're not a real podcast until you're reading off shit from a tablet.
I need to get myself a tablet one of these days.
Yep, I need to get a case for this. It's really slippery. Whoa.
Yeah, they can be.
Yeah. So let's get started. We got a lot of itas today, as always.
Of course. As per the usual.
Yep. Let's start with, am I the asshole for using the disabled stall?
Oh boy, here we go.
Yesterday, my best friend, 25M, and I, 25M, went to the mall after going out to eat. At the Target attached to the mall, I really had to go to the bathroom. I went in there, and of the two stalls, only the disabled stall was available. I went in there so I could do what I needed to be done. I stepped out of the stall only for someone with crutches to tell me that I was really inconsiderate and rude for using the disabled stall when I clearly was not disabled. I hate confrontation, and I have terrible social anxiety. Did you write this post? So I just apologized and went to wash my hands. The thing is that I am disabled. Well, okay, not in the eyes of Social Security Administration. Not in the eyes of the Social Security Administration because they're assholes. They've denied me 3 times. I have both Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Yes, it's extremely rare to have both. Yeehaw to me.
Yeehaw.
Well, okay, technically it's ulcerative pouchitis, but whatever. When I was 21, I lost my large intestine to ulcerative colitis. I went through multiple surgeries to create what's called a J-pouch, which is a faux colon made from the end of the small intestine, hence where the pouchitis comes from. Ulcerative colitis and ulcerative pouchitis are the same thing, just based on different structures. Because of all these shenanigans, I generally go to the bathroom 10 to 15 times a day. Oh, I can relate. For different functions, whatever.
TMI, but relevant. I haven't had a solid bowel movement in 15 years.
Oh.
So when I have to go, I have to go. I normally don't take the disabled stall unless it's the only one available. In this case, it was. The person with crutches came in after I was already in it, and the other stall was still occupied. Am I the asshole for using the disabled stall when it was the only one available?
No, you're not.
No. I mean, here's the thing, though. It's like, stalls are stalls. Like, what was the guy with crutches going to do if there was another guy with crutches there? He was going to have to wait anyway.
Yeah.
And,
like, you are disabled, so, you are using the stall for its intended purpose.
I think it's just like 9 times out of 10, there isn't going to be a disabled person there. So don't fucking worry about it. Use whatever's available.
Yeah.
And if the stalls are occupied, people are going to have to wait anyway, regardless of who's in them. The only reason disabled stalls are even, special is because they just provide more room,
Yeah.
But like,
them big.
but people still have to go when they have to go. So don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah, if no one else is in the bathroom, I use the disabled stall.
Yeah, me too. Like, I just like the room.
Yeah. It's spacious.
Yeah. I especially like the one fucking bathroom on the second floor of the computer lab of the community college I went to that no one ever fucking used. It was like one of the only public bathrooms I felt reasonably confident taking a shit in that nobody was ever going to walk in.
Yeah.
It's the little things in life, Kevin.
It is. You got to take your pleasures where you can get them.
Yep. Let's see. What's the one? I had one I really wanted you to read.
Take your time. We're in no hurry.
Here it is. Oh, we are in a hurry, but anyway, here it is.
Okay.
I will copy it for you.
We are in a hurry. Okay, that's a first.
Okay, I mean, not really, but like I want to take a nap at some point. I've been up since 5 a.m.
Fair enough. I love how you're just like, shit, I fell asleep.
Anyway, here's one for you. It's a Tifu.
Lovely. Today I fucked up by letting a paralyzed man stay the night in my home in the middle of winter. I'm not sure how this can turn into a Tifu, but we'll see. Yesterday, it was so cold out that I took a man into my home out of the kindness of my heart. In hindsight, this was a very bad idea. Anyway, I felt so sorry for him. The poor thing was standing stiff and frozen out in the cold, but this morning he had just vanished. Not a word. Not even a goodbye or thank you for sheltering him. The last straw? When I realized he had peed all over my floor. Wow! Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay. That's the thank you I get for being nice to strangers that can't help themselves. I'm posting this so you can all watch out for people like this. He is heavyset, wearing nothing but a scarf. He has a pointy nose, 2 black eyes. Why are they giving like a fucking police report?
Keep going.
And his arms are very, very skinny, almost like sticks. Don't bring people like this into your home. It's a very specific kind of person, apparently. What a mess he made on my floor. TLDR, now I have a huge mess to clean up, and my carpets will forever smell like that man's urine.
Do you really not get it?
No, I don't.
Kevin, it's a joke. He's talking about a snowman, Kevin.
I'm gonna leave now.
I was waiting for the moment it dawned on you. What the fuck?
I'm just gonna leave and never come back. Clearly,
okay. I feel like that's
not
for the
okay.
Best. That's for the best.
I'll do it after the episode.
Next week, new co-host auditions.
We got a new co-host lined up, but he weirdly sounds exactly like me and talks exactly like me and acts exactly like me, and actually it's just me.
Yeah, Blevin Lultner. Yeah. Anyway, that was. Yeah. Man, I'm very.
I am top comment. I am embarrassed to admit that I fell for it.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Fell for it? What we have here is a serial carpet pisser. I'm sorry, but you are a victim.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Let's just
look. It's not an episode of the Baka Gaijin show if you are not deeply, deeply disappointed in me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This is a consistent thing, Zeke.
Anyway, am I the asshole for refusing to make a $120 cut of steak well done?
Go ahead.
So, we did a bit of an extravagant Friendsgiving this year as I lucked into a strip of loin of A5 Wagyu for the price of an unorthodox level of cheap.
Holy
My friend works for a high-end meat distributor and received it as a gift. It was a tight-knit event with only 10 of us there, mostly couples, including my friend, who has only started dating a girl within the last couple months. We had an array of dishes, but I was responsible for cooking the meat. Steak is the closest thing I have to a religion, and I take it very seriously. The average steak takes for me about 4 to 5 hours to prepare and cook from the sous vide to the cast iron. To plate those, sometimes they take as much as 3 to 4 months butter aging or dry aging man, this really is a religion for this guy.
Wow.
Aging, butter, or dry aging my meats to be a certain way. They're perfect. They were genuine A5, so I only sous vide them after cutting them into 2-inch steaks. They were pretty perfectly enough for one each, but I also made jerk chicken, mandarin duck breast, and a nice cut-off cherry jalapeno salmon. Jalapeno and salmon with cherries, huh? I had quite the spread. I sous vide them to medium rare to make sure the fat was well rendered, but was informed them that if absolutely necessary, I'd bring them up to medium on request. Well, here comes the new girl to the group.
Oh no.
She sees the first person cut into their steak and sees pink, and she's just mortified. Immediately she acts. Man, this person can't write. Immediately she asks him of eating raw meat and stresses that the steak should be brown all the way through or else she'll get sick. I informed her this is not the case and that these steaks were actually cooked to the ideal temperature for the cut. She immediately demanded that I cook hers till it was brown all the way, and I firmly said not a chance. She proceeded to get angry and yell that it was her steak and she should have it how she liked. I told her that there were plenty of other meats to choose from as well as a plethora of side dishes she could have had, but her steak was not being made well done in my house. She said fucking asshole and then got up and started to stick the steak in the microwave.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
I shot up and grabbed it out of her hand first, at which point half the steak fell onto the ground. The dogs quickly got to it, which I said, well, at least it went to someone who wouldn't shit on a good steak. From there, there was definitely tension on that end of the table. They ate a little bit and then hurriedly left. Since then, my longtime friend and his new girlfriend have blocked me on social media and my phone number. They've even gone so far as to block the rest of the people at the table and cut off all ties. Yesterday, I received a PayPal invoice from my old friend for $25 that just said pay for dry cleaning of her dress. Okay. He's asking for $25 to pay for dry cleaning or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think anything actually spilled on her. I think it's just more drama, but as of now, I'm ignoring it and ultimately probably washing my hands clean of an old friend. Edit, I should have stated that the menu was sent weeks in advance with the express point that if someone wanted their steak cooked to a higher temperature, I would go to the grocery store and get some USDA Prime for them. Am I the asshole?
So, okay, here's the problem I'm having here. The idea of cooking a steak well done hurts my soul. I prefer mine medium, personally. And, like, for one, she was being fucking stupid by being like, you're gonna get sick by eating that. Like, no, you're not. That's only for, like, ground meats, where, like, oh, God.
Yeah.
What? I have a bias. I have a bias.
Yeah.
So,
top comment: everyone sucks here. Eating with pretentious people is exhausting.
I guess.
Honestly, I was tired of this guy by 3 to 4 months butter aging.
Okay, to be fair, like all I do when I cook a steak is like I heat the pan up until it's like, you know, as Mr. Babish would say, ripping hot. I put butter in it, some seasoning, and then I put the steak in there. I cook it like a normal fucking human being, and then there's this guy over here like, yo, 3 to 4 months butter aging. What is that?
Someone says, this has come up before because Redditors don't know what Wagyu looks like or how to cook it. Google Wagyu and you'll see it's raised to be rippled with fat. If you overcook it with all that fat will drain out of it and you'll be left with gnarled and much shrunken piece of meat. Serving it that way is ruining it and what it exists for. The cook is absolutely correct to suggest that someone who wants it that way should not have Wagyu at all. Any more than you would serve well-done sushi or pasta cooked to the mushiness of SpaghettiOs. It's not pretentiousness, it's competence.
It is. Yep. Thank you. Someone who agrees.
This whole thread is basically an argument between people who think OP is pretentious and people who eat steak.
Yeah. See, I like steak, and I understand how, like, Wagyu is supposed to be served. I understand how steak, in general, is supposed to be served. And, like, Wagyu is, like, really high-quality, fatty beef.
Yeah.
So that requires a very specific type of cook. And if you don't cook it right, it's not going to be appetizing. If she had actually asked for that to... You know what would have happened? What would have happened is if he had actually cooked it the way that she wanted and rendered out all the fat and made it brown all the way through, she would complain that it was too overcooked and it was too it was too hard to eat, it was too, like, gritty, and, like, she would complain about it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, this was a lose-lose situation for OP.
Everybody in the comments is fucking arguing over... You know, it's the chef's job, you know, not worth my integrity, get over yourself. Chef's job is to cook customers' food to order. And it's like, no, it's her taste. It's not anyone else's, it's hers. And I'm like, sometimes the customer doesn't fucking know what they want,
yeah,
you know?
Sometimes the customer is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to stick by that. Like, sometimes the customer is wrong and they need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Reddit is bitterly divided about this.
I can tell. Ugh.
This is not a pleasant thread to go through.
This always happens with food.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why is it that food, of all things, is the universal thing that everybody has a really, really strong opinion about?
Boring Ghoul says, everyone sucks here. She was a terrible guest, but you were an obnoxious host. Don't get me wrong. I can't even eat meat above a certain medium rare temp. But when you choose to cook for someone, you don't get to dictate how they eat it. You're gifting them a dish, and they can do with it how they will in the manner they enjoy it. The fact you'd rather have a dog eat the meat than the guest is pretty telling of how inconsiderate and controlling of a host you are.
You do realize what kind of meat this is, right?
Yeah, but then someone else replies, but then she could have eaten literally anything else that was available.
Yeah.
And she could have refrained from insulting other guests who she apparently didn't even know. She could have read the invite beforehand. She could have done things quite a bit differently. I'm just going flat out not the asshole in this one.
Yeah, I'm honestly with OP here. I really am.
Like, yeah, like, he's a bit pretentious, but, like, at the same time, it's like, this woman had so many other options, you know, available to her, and clearly did not understand what was being served her.
Yeah,
like,
OP bought, like, really high quality prime steak.
Well, like, it was a gift, but, you know.
Yeah, but, like, still
it's an expensive gift. You know, I mean, what she's really doing is she's just taking a dump on his money.
Yep. Which I don't.
You know, I mean, like, how often are you gonna get to eat Wagyu? You know, it's like, you know, she's dumping on the experience. Yeah, I'm just flat out not the asshole on this one, honestly.
Agree. Yep. Same.
Yep. Okay. Let's get
Sorry,
you. Sorry,
Reddit.
Yeah, we disagree with Reddit on this one. For the most part, I'm sure some people are probably like that, but
yeah, unfortunately, I have my own strong opinions regarding cooked steak. So
I'm not even like a steak guy, but I'm just like, I mean, I understand food.
Yeah,
so.
Me too, and I love a good steak.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Do not cook a steak above medium, for the love of God, I beg you. Anyway.
All right.
See, here's the thing. When I was a kid, I used to have my steak well done, but then one time I tried it medium, and I'm like, wow, I can actually chew this.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna send you this one.
Alrighty then. Ah, another Ita I see. I see. It's another Ita.
Mm-hmm.
It will goddamn load. My phone is so, like, fucking finicky some days. Am I the asshole for telling my cousin it's his own doing that his adult daughter isn't as successful as her friends? Ooh. Whoa, okay. Got some baggage to unpack here, people.
Mm-hmm.
My 28 female, second cousin, 53 male, wow, okay, has been going on and on nonstop to the rest of our family about how disappointing his daughter is. Okay. Alright. I can see where this is going already. For not being a real adult and being a lot less successful than her friends.
24F, by the way.
Yeah, daughter is 24 female, so like only 4 years younger than OP.
Yeah, just for context.
My cousin has a group of friends his age, whose children his daughter grew up with, and their kids have all been close friends with his daughter forever. My cousin strongly believes children shouldn't receive any help from their... Oh god. Shouldn't receive any help from their parents in life once they turn 18, and parents have no responsibility once their kids are legal, so... He cut his daughter off on her 18th birthday and refused to pay for her college or anything, even though he had plenty of money for it. You know, I could make a judgment call right here.
I mean, he's the asshole, but how much of an asshole? Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's...
How deep does the asshole well go?
How deep is this asshole?
Thanks.
She went to a state school and still lives with multiple roommates in a crappy apartment after graduating, and she has an average job. She has no savings or investments since she's paying off tens of thousands in student debt. Meanwhile, all of her friends who she grew up with, my cousin's friends' kids, that's a mouthful,
yeah,
had good parents who paid for their college and helped them financially, and they're all vastly more successful than his daughter. They went
wow.
God, wow.
Shocking.
They went to high-ranking colleges since their parents were actually supported financially, graduated debt-free, and they all have well-paying jobs now. They're all living in nice lofts without roommates and are starting to do adult things like putting down mortgages on homes. Most of them have a lot of savings and investments already since they have no student debt. My cousin is furious with his daughter since she's in crippling debt and still has roommates, and he always hears from his friends about all the great things their kids are doing. Oh, for fuck's sake. He calls her his greatest disappointment and a failure, and they aren't talking because they hate each other. He constantly whines about what a useless child he has. I told him to just shut the fuck up already. If he wanted his daughter to be successful, he would have been a good parent and financially supported her. He clearly wanted her to fail, so he can't play victim now that she's doing much worse in life than all of his friends' kids. You're not the asshole, OP. This dude is. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What is this bullshit? Who does this to their kid?
More people than we'd like to think.
Oh my god.
I mean, just the fact that this guy only sees children as something to brag about or be disappointed in says it all, really.
Why would you... Oh my god. For all the problems I have with my parents, at the very least, they never cut me off the second I turned 18.
Unpopular opinion, some people should not procreate.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And this man was clearly one person who really fucking shouldn't have. And if we go by colorectal surgeon, literal garbage yo. Top comment.
Yeah.
Your cousin had the means to give his daughter a massive advantage in life. He chose not to. Now he's comparing her to kids that did receive that advantage and is disappointed. Like, dude, you're comparing apples to oranges here. Anyway, not the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty cut and dry one. Like,
yeah.
This 54-year-old man is complaining about a problem that was entirely of his own doing. Like, he's the person who ruined his kid's life. This is entirely on him. He had the chance to actually help her and get her to the same level of, you know, success and like, social position, financial position that all of her friends are at, but he decided not to because, oh, you're cut off after 18 because you need to be, responsible for your own, Not realizing that, hey, transitioning from being a teenager into the adult world is fucking hard. Especially if you're going to goddamn college. That shit's expensive.
Yeah, none of this failure, quote unquote, is the daughter's fault here.
It really isn't, and I honestly feel bad for her.
Yeah, OP, not the asshole. Cousin, the asshole.
Massive fucking asshole.
Anyway, next one.
Jesus, that was just unpleasant.
Am I the asshole for being upset that my nephew wouldn't share his sweets?
What?
Am I the asshole for being upset that my nephew wouldn't share his sweets? This happened on Thanksgiving. My sister-in-law and her husband always host dinner. They have a 14-year-old son, Chase. Named after the bank. Well, my wife and I have 2 kids, 8 Betty and 3 Sarah. Why you name dropping, dude? Anyway, during making the meal, my sister-in-law sent Chase to the corner store for some milk. When he came back, he had 2 bags of sweets with him. My kids immediately wanted some and asked. Chase told them no. I told him he shouldn't have brought sweets into the house without expecting to share with his cousins. Sarah, in particular, started throwing a bit of a fit. Because the sweets were her favorite. I told him again to share. Chase told me no, went to his room and hid the sweets. At this point, he was being immature, so I told him to get the sweets and I would give them out after dinner. My brother said to leave Chase alone. He doesn't have to share. I pointed out that he caused Sarah to have a tantrum. He was sent to get milk, not sweets. Sarah eventually calmed down, but after dinner, she went to another meltdown because Chase opened the sweets and again did not share. Not one. I called Chase selfish over this, but he just went to his room and locked the door. We tried giving her slices of cake and pie, but she continued to have a meltdown until sister-in-law asked us to leave, cutting the visit short. We ended up stopping at a store to buy her some sweets. I didn't think it was too much to ask for Chase to share with his younger cousins. Am I the asshole?
It was Chase's candy, dude. Like, how many times are we going to read these Am I the Asshole things and constantly have to bring up that other people's property is not yours and nobody is, obligated to share anything just because, your kids decide they want to throw a tantrum over the fact that I can't get any. No, it's the kid was throwing a tantrum because someone else had something that they wanted, but it wasn't theirs. That's jealousy.
This is the parents' job to tell them they can't have everything.
Exactly. You're supposed to tell the kid not to be jealous of other people's things like that, and to just let it go. I understand it's something you really, really want, but it's not yours.
There's a whole fucking genre of parents who think who just think the world owes them everything just for having kids.
Yeah, and I can't stand those people.
Top comment: you're the asshole. You're fighting with a child over literal candy. My guess is your distress caused your daughters.
But what? Huh? What?
I just said you're the. What are you talking about?
No, keep going.
That's the end of the. What are you confused about?
Wait, are we saying that OP is the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
What the?
I got a little confused there. My bad.
No one else was talking. It's just OP.
Yeah. Yeah. OP is the asshole. Sorry.
Or the fact that she's a spoiled brat with a shitty father who teaches her that she deserves to have whatever she demands.
Yep. Man, I don't know why I had an issue there.
Yeah, you're fucking out of it today.
Not as much as I normally am some days, but a little bit.
Yeah. The moment he got her sweets on the way home, you can see how OP is training his daughter to be an asshole for life. You don't give into a tantrum like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Cut and dry.
Once again, some people shouldn't have kids.
Assholes. See, the thing about assholism is that it's a disease. Assholes tend to make more assholes.
Yeah, it's kind of a genetic thing.
Well, I don't know if I'd say genetic, but it's hereditary. We'll say.
That's a better word for it. Yeah.
All right.
You are predisposed to assholishness.
Yes. Okay.
But it's your job to train the kid out of that. God.
Yeah. All right. I'll give you this one.
Woo! Let's go.
Copies here. There you go.
All right. Am I the asshole? Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Okay. I just read the URL for that one and ooh, okay. Let's load this up. Am I am I the asshole for telling Granny to stop using slang? My grandma, 17 female.
No, 70.
70, I'm sorry. 70 female. Has recently picked up on common acronyms and slang and now uses it 24/7. She'll be talking about anything and randomly say LOL or LMAO and that's my 13th reason, or it's because I'm an alpha. And she probably picked it up from watching TikToks with my sister and she thinks it's the coolest thing ever. Everyone thinks she's amazing and hilarious for it, but she just looks dumb. One day she was talking to me, and I asked her something, and she says MYOB, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? She's like, mind your own business. I got such secondhand embarrassment from that and told her to stop trying to be cool, because it makes her look utterly stupid. She seemed kind of heartbroken after and stopped using it. I sort of feel bad, but at the same time, at least she doesn't look like an idiot anymore. Dude, she was having fun. Come on.
You're the one who looks like an idiot.
Dude, this is funny.
Top comment, you're the asshole. Looks like you got first-hand embarrassment from how your grandma knows more slang than you.
And that's my 13th reason.
Your grandma sounds awesome. You're an asshole.
Dude, your grandma's great. Wish she were my grandma.
Yeah, you could have way worse. You could do way worse in the grandma department, dude.
Yeah, if the worst thing your grandma does is have really, really cringe, dank modern slang, then, like, you got it good, man.
Cut and dry, OP's asshole. Moving on.
Why do you gotta make your grandma sad?
Alright. This post. Am I the asshole for yelling at my obsessed wife? What?
There's, like, some weird feedback on your end, like some static.
Oh, did you pause it?
I'll pause it for a second.
Am I the asshole for yelling at my obsessed wife?
Oh boy. Let's find out what this one's like.
Hello there.
Hello there.
General Kenobi! Are you the asshole? Anyway. Hello there. I'm currently typing this from my car after my wife has told me she doesn't want me near her right now. I'm hoping this thread will be a wake-up call to her. That's a great way to start an AITA thread, but... Okay, it's always a red flag when they're like, man, I'm hoping this thread will fucking make the other person realize how much of an asshole I'm not. It's always a great it's a great sign.
Yeah. There's a pattern.
My wife, F33, is a big nerd, which I normally appreciate, but she's taking things way too far today. She took today off of work so she could be up at 4 a.m. to play her online video game at launch. I didn't wake up until an hour ago, 10:30, when she was still playing. I mentioned that I was hungry, hoping we could make breakfast together, which we like to do together. She instead said that I should order something from DoorDash. I'm in the middle of a dungeon and may be a while. I didn't really want... Is this the new Final Fantasy XIV expansion?
You mean the most played online game?
That's just my speculation.
It might be.
I'm in the middle of a dungeon and may be a while. I didn't really want to get takeout because we had already discussed ordering pizza tonight for dinner, so that's a lot of takeout food in one day. I calmly explained this and she got pissed and shrieked at me that she just wanted one weekend to focus on her game. I said it was unfair to our family for her to isolate all weekend, and she got even more mad, telling me that I have 2 hands and can feed the goddamn cat. I was in tears at this point, and I did raise my voice, but I said I was worried she's obsessed with this game and maybe she needs professional help. She threw her car keys at me and said that I need to get out of her face and that she works all the time and doesn't ask for much and I need to leave her be and get out of her face for a few hours. I am truly concerned she has become obsessed with this online game, and I'm hoping that maybe this thread will wake her up to it. But I might have been the asshole too. So OP is... So let me summarize. OP is very mad that his wife won't make him breakfast, and now he thinks she's addicted to online gaming. She
took 1 weekend off because there was a new... Oh my god. 1 weekend, man. You can give your wife 1 weekend to play her game, okay? Okay? Look, you can do that.
Edit, additional info. It isn't just today. For the last few weeks, she's been hyping herself up for this. When the game got delayed, she moved her vacation time rather than keep her previous day off and spend it with me. She's been absolutely freaking out about this game, and I don't understand it, and it scares me.
She's a fan, dude.
OP is a normie and a bit of a killjoy.
Oh my god. Wow. Just let her play the game, man. What the hell?
Top comment, and I should mention this top comment has almost 50,000 upvotes and 130 awards.
Wow, okay.
Dude, she isn't obsessed with the game. A lot of people wake up early or stay up late for launches of games. This is not unusual. It sounds like you're just mad she's not cooking for you and you have to feed yourself and your cat. When you mention you like to make breakfast together, how much do you do in that? I also call bullshit on the calmly explained and she freaked out in one hysterical portion. Chances are you whined about it and she got annoyed. Do you even have kids? Because if you don't, it's just you and two and the cat. Then how is playing a game for a few hours unfair? If she works all the time, this is her way to unwind. Fucking let her. She's not hurting anyone, and you're a grown adult capable of taking care and entertaining yourself. I also see she said the dungeon might take a few hours. A few hours, not 2 to 3 days. You didn't want this thread. You didn't want this thread to wake her up. You just needed validation from strangers online about your whining. You're the asshole, TLDR.
Yeah.
And then OP does clarify in another comment that they do not have children and it is in fact just the two of them and a cat.
Well, yeah, you're the fucking asshole. It's a cat! You can feed the goddamn cat. She's right. Stop it!
Someone's comments, OP clarified in response to one of my comments that the quote-unquote family is just the couple and their cat. I guarantee the cat would prefer DoorDash and video games over whatever histrionics and pancakes OP had planned. OP has some serious stones, assuming that the cat was on his side.
Oh
Saying
my God.
shit... Another comment, saying shit like it's unfair on our family is so wildly manipulative. I'm actually blown away. If they had like, I don't know, 2 kids under 10, maybe OP would have had half a point, but no. Just a cat who'll most likely prefer to be left alone anyway.
This is fucking next level. Holy shit.
God. Why are the assholes getting the gamer girls? This isn't just... Kevin, this is why I don't believe in God.
This is inequality.
Look at this post and tell me that intelligent design is real. How can this be allowed to happen? What's the biblical answer for this, Kevin?
I love how this is your validation for your entire religious experience. Oh, man.
OP is a fucking asshole.
OP's a dick. Holy fuck.
His birth was a mistake. Some people shouldn't have kids, including his parents.
Your mother should have swallowed.
That's the point of this fucking podcast at this point. It's just some people shouldn't exist.
Oh, man. Oh, God. How up your own ass do you have to be to... Oh, my God. The family, which is literally just my wife and my cat.
You don't understand, Kevin. The cat's on his side.
I had a long, drawn-out conversation with the cat, and they agreed with me.
Oh, boy.
It was a long, philosophical diatribe.
Like, me and the cat are very concerned about you.
The cat. God.
Our family is being torn apart by your obsession with Final Fantasy XIV, the most successful online game in history.
You see, the cat, he's the key to all this.
Anyway, Kevin, read this post from our anti-work.
Okay.
One of the fastest growing subreddits.
Ah, is it? Is this a newer subreddit?
No, it's it's just our anti-work. It's it's about workers complaining about the state of things.
The absolute state of society. I can totally understand that.
Anyway.
Well, let's take a look at this if it will fucking load. There it goes. From our anti-work. Fired for taking a sip of 99-cent tea while waiting in line to pay for it. Oh boy. I'm literally shaking as I'm typing this, so please disregard any typos that may appear. Okay. I work in the pharmacy department of one of the largest and most well-respected employee-owned grocery stores in the world. Lunch breaks don't exist here. Oh god. Lunch breaks don't exist here since we're always short-staffed and prone to rushes, completely overwhelming us very easily. Hold on. Most well-respected employee-owned grocery stores, but lunch breaks don't...
I think he's being sarcastic.
Yeah. Okay. Completely overwhelming us very easily, so lunch is scarfed down whenever there is a millisecond of downtime on the clock. A few days ago, I saw my chance to speedwalk towards the tea aisle and snag a can of Arizona so I can pay for it and get back to work with no time wasted. That's how it usually goes, except this time there was a long line of customers ahead of me waiting to pay. As I'm waiting, I decided to crack it open and take a sip. Cracking open a cold one. I pay for it.
Boys.
I pay for it and immediately go back to my department. An hour later, my department gets visited by the store manager and 2 assistant store managers, and they proceed to question me about the tea. Well,
that's the tea.
That's the tea, sis. I show them my receipt and tell them that I can check the cameras for proof, and I in fact paid for my drink. They then proceeded to tell me that they did in fact check the cameras, and they saw me break company policy for drinking a beverage before paying for it. I was in such disbelief that I was speechless, jaw-droppingly speechless. The store manager then tells me to choose my next words very carefully. As if to imply that my career is on the line. He asked me if I'm under the influence of anything. Seriously? I tell him no, and he immediately sends me home early, and tells me that I am temporarily banned from the premises until they hear back from corporate.
It's because LARPing.
I'm sorry, hold on. I need to clear my throat for this next part. 4 unpaid days later! I get a call from the manager, and he asks me if I can come in to talk about my future. I drive an hour across town just to sit down in a room full of corporate scum and listen to them attempt to make me seem like some criminal for theft of merchandise, even though I paid for it. Fired me right then and there. A billion-dollar Fortune 500 company cannot handle the theft of a 99-cent can of tea! Those were in, like, all caps for the record.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm 20 years old, already living out of my car while using my gym membership for simple amenities. I wasn't making a livable wage to begin with, rent in my city keeps rising, I feel like a fucking loser, I don't know what to do, my body hurts, I feel so alone, I hate this life, I just want to scream until my lungs liquefy. Edit. I deeply appreciate the kind gesture, but please don't send me any money. I'd rather you save as much money as you can during these hard and unpredictable times, as you never know what could be lurking around the corner. I'll be fine. I'll figure it out one way or another. All this over $1 can of tea.
You know, Kevin, I think they might be the assholes.
Not OP, but corporate, yeah.
Yeah, well, I said they, not him.
Yeah. Oh my god. Choose your next words very carefully. This is literally 1984.
Middle management motherfuckers are just LARPing at this point.
He got fired over a can of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? Why do you care so much about a goddamn can of tea? Man, corporate is just way too busy with a bunch of small shit that they're not focusing on any bigger problems, and this is why they're having issues with, like, staffing and whatever the fuck. Like, this is why they're having problems, is because middle management fucking sucks. I can tell you why they're having so many issues. It's this. It's like, who runs a store that way where, like, opening a can of tea that you are paying for anyway in the middle of a line is a reason to get fired? I don't get people who do that. I don't get it. Why would you be so anti-customer and also anti-worker? What is this?
It's capitalism, Kevin. Isn't it beautiful?
No, it's horrendous. It's horrifying. We have literally had entire stories telling us that this is a bad thing to do, and we did it anyway. God is dead and we killed him!
I'm sorry, I thought I saved this post. I thought I saved a post, and I gotta find it again. God damn it, I thought I saved this.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Bad decisions always. Top comment with 1.5 thousand upvotes. These jobs aren't worth it, my man. I had to live in my car a bit when I was working at Save Mart over 10 years ago. It was okay when it was Albertsons. We had healthcare and yearly raises. Man, the fact that having healthcare and yearly raises is considered a benefit compared to your current job is a... Oh my god, wow. And they were always accusing people of theft. Usually the people they depended on the most to do the real work, while the first, second, and third key lazy fucks would sit in the back office and joke around. They always left early and refused to do any shift when there would be a ton of filthy customers around. First, they took all our healthcare away and any additional benefits. Then they tried to fire everyone who made more than $10 an hour. What? Oh my god. They realized they had nothing on me and demoted me from liquor manager, I controlled my own department and made them big money, to a cashier. They tried to take my raises away, claiming I made too much as a cashier. Yeah, because I wasn't a cashier, dumb fuck. They even tried to force me to work freight, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. I just slept in the aisles until they sent me home and wrote me up. Joke's on you, motherfucker! One day I finally had enough and told them to go fuck themselves, left a note saying I quit, burn in hell, and slashed the tires of the store director's new truck a week later. You literally came back, slashed his tires just to prove a point. I love that kind of pettiness. I don't recommend this last part, but it felt amazing at the time, and 22-year-olds are dumb sometimes. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, I don't got anything else to say. Holy shit.
It's just an update on the state of the world, I guess.
I guess. Welcome to modern capitalism. It's like the capitalism you knew before, but worse. It's not going uphill from here, people. It's all a downward trend.
Yeah, I cannot find the post I thought I had. God damn it.
No! Is that why you're just letting me go off?
Yeah, I can't fucking find it.
Well, shit.
Maybe they deleted it. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Oh, they might have. Oof.
Yeah, oh well. It's okay, it wasn't like legendarily good or anything.
It was a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Let's see here. Which one of these is the lucky one I'm gonna pick? Okay, I think I ran out. Let's do the lightning round. Let's go all the way to
lightning round. Yeah.
Let me just load it up. The lightning round is when we go through some unpopular opinions and our unpopular opinions and give our potentially unpopular opinions on these unpopular opinions. Will our opinions be unpopular? It's for you to decide.
Let's go.
Yeah, as soon as I scroll all the way down to you, I've joined so many of these subreddits. All right. Unpopular opinion. Bad kids at school need to be expelled more. They ruin the education of their peers. They make the lives of teachers worse. Having struggling but good kids go unnoticed because they're getting all the attention. Most of the time they are this way because their parents are antisocial, don't care about education, generally shit, shouldn't waste our time catering to these shit spawn. 2-strike policy, step out of line twice, you're done. School should be free to expel your kids. But if no schools want your kids in your local area, that's your problem. But my kids will turn to crime. Great, can't wait to put them in prison. Raise better children.
Jesus, wow. Okay, yes, raise better children. Sure, okay. I'm
not sure I agree, but top comments. There is definitely a worrying trend of parents just ignoring their kids' bad behavior and expecting the education system to sort it out. Or expecting schools to teach kids basic life skills.
Yeah.
A lot of parents don't seem to want to do the hard job of parenting.
I'm reminded of when Ash had to go to the school to, talk to the teacher about something that their kid did. And it's like, I'm sorry, but your child there was an incident with your child, and Ash was like, okay, what'd they do this time? And like the teacher was legitimately taken aback, like, oh, okay, like apparently this is a rare thing for people to respond with. Like typically it's like, oh, my poor child would never do anything like that. Like they're a perfect angel who do no wrong. Clearly this is a fault of the school and the school system, not my parenting.
You know, column A, column B. It can be a lot of things.
Yeah, but typically it's just, you know, the parent spoils the child, and the parent is like, oh no, I can never, like.
Yeah. Someone says, might sound harsh. This is why schools tend to have different levels for classes: AP, honors, ABCD, etc. For my honors classes, we wouldn't have imagined having a disruptive kid, but when I was forced to take a generic class that didn't have the designation, the material had to be taught at a lower level because teachers would spend some of their time trying to get kids on task.
Yeah.
This tiered system, while not perfect, results in most students getting the best education they can.
Yeah.
It's a complicated thing. I don't really have a strong opinion on it. I think OP is a little weird for having such a strong opinion on it.
Yeah, I think OP is. You're coming on a little strong, OP. Slow your roll a bit.
Unpopular opinion: willfully staying up past 9 p.m. is pointless. And then he goes on a long rant about cavemen and evolution, and you know, he's wrong. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck this guy. I will stay up until 4 a.m. if I want, you piece of shit. It's my life. I get to do what I want.
Unpopular opinion: How to Train Your Dragon, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and Megamind are the exact same movie, and they're also the best animation movies ever made.
1, no, 2.
I guess they have the same general, like, you know, 3-act structure, but I don't know if that.
You could say that about a lot of movies, though. That doesn't mean they're the exact same movie.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, but he has a good taste, I guess.
He does, admittedly, but what a weird, like, opinion.
Well, this is the subreddit for those.
Yeah, true.
Unpopular opinion: unfortunately, size does matter. I would love to have embraced the whole size doesn't matter movement. While as a philosophy it's wonderful, in the real world it has significant problems. My initial experiment involved using various size wrenches on a 10mm bolt. I found that neither the 11mm nor 9mm were sufficient for satisfaction. One was just too large and loose, and the other didn't fit at all. Not wanting to be accused of not trying, I then attempted to use my twin-size sheets to make the queen-size bed. Again, unfortunately, met with failure. The tool simply did not meet the requirements of the job. I don't want to be hated for my opinion, however. I just don't see how this mantra can be applied to the physical realm. One cannot ignore physics.
I don't think that's what that phrase refers to, OP.
In closing, I offer you this. If you are one of the unfortunate people who has found themselves in a situation where you have an inappropriate tool for the job before you, take heart. For in this world there are many other jobs to be done, even one for which your tool will be perfect.
Alright.
Thank you for the life advice, OP. I guess size really does matter.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? He's right. Size matters. In many instances.
In many instances. It's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he went about it a little weird, but he a little confused, but he got the spirit.
Man, some of these are like really sick. I'm scrolling. Someone's like, human euthanasia should be legal. And I'm like, okay.
Tim Allen noise.
Here's one. Reddit crashed on me.
No.
Anyway, unpopular opinion: teeth are the worst designed aspect of the human body. Yes, I've seen Kevin. I agree.
No comment.
You don't have any strong opinions on this?
Oh, I have very strong opinions on teeth, considering, you know, my teeth. But
I try not to consider your teeth. It's bad for my mental health.
This is just like the one thing you keep ragging on me on, and like honestly at this point I don't even care.
Unpopular opinion, day drinking is much better than night drinking.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, actually.
I don't really drink, so I don't have an opinion. Yep.
Honestly, I prefer like drinking alcohol around like maybe like 2, 3, 4 o'clock ish if I can. Assuming that I wake up early enough.
Unpopular opinion, no, you didn't see a ghost. I'm sure we've all seen ghost stories or creepy little kids or Civil War soldiers at Gettysburg. Have you ever thought to wonder why ghosts are always wearing clothes? Did the clothes soul get trapped with the person? Are the clothes ghosts? Is there a clothing store for ghosts? Ghosts should be naked, right?
Ghosts aren't real! They're not real!
Thank you. I think we found Ralph the Movie Maker's Reddit account.
This is literally just that one part of Ralph the Movie Maker's episode on paranormal investigation shows.
Unpopular opinion, I like it when the shower curtain clings to me when taking a shower.
Bro, you weird.
He writes, Bliss, I'm hot, lathered, and ready for the taking. Fuck me, daddy. Alternatively, if you're a science nerd, I am sure there are explanations for this feeling and or how or why it happens. Science can't explain you, man. I don't know about that one.
I'm sorry, what? I love it when the shower curtain clings to me. Fuck me harder, daddy.
That's a leap. Unpopular opinion. It turns out the Illuminati or lizard people or some other hypothetical cabal really does run the world. The absolute best thing you could do for yourself is take their side. Nice try, Illuminati lizard people. You can't get me that easily.
Can't get me that easily. You're gonna have to try harder than that.
What is in the water today?
I've got a bigger brain than that.
Unpopular opinion. The beach is actually pretty boring.
Yeah, fair.
It can be.
It can be. It's fine. It's all right to go every now and then.
Depends on the beach.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. A man living with his parents is not a turnoff. Man, I hope so.
I agree.
Unpopular opinion. The glass pyramid in the middle of the Louvre is really ugly.
It's a pyramid made of glass. It's fine. It's cool.
Is it ugly?
No, I think it's pretty cool.
I don't remember seeing it. I don't have an opinion. I haven't seen it, and I don't feel like looking it up. Unpopular opinion. Nostalgia is not a good thing. It's actually very depressing.
It depends. Like, I feel like when you talk nostalgia, it's a case-by-case basis on that one.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, Doja Cat is some of the biggest garbage ever. You take that back! She is a queen!
Yes.
Unpopular opinion, I don't like Reddit avatars. Me neither, they suck.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, that's why I just use the normal avatar like a fucking human being and not a... whatever they're called. Unpopular opinion, I don't care how good the writing is, how compelling and original the story is, or how convenient it is to watch. If your cast consists of nothing but unknown, attractive early 20-somethings, I'm not watching it.
Well, sounds like you have a weird-ass hang-up, OP.
He writes, yes, it's stupid. Yes, I'm a 30-something curmudgeon. Yes, it makes zero sense, but I have zero interest in watching any of the 100 hot young people who are stuck in a ridiculously convoluted horror conspiracy drama shows that are flooding every platform right now. I'm not the target demo, so that's fine.
Well, there you go. You're not the target demographic. That explains that right there.
Yeah, this Reddit post just solved itself.
Congratulations, OP.
Unpopular opinion, you should be required to work a customer service job for a minimum of 1 year before being eligible for any other job. No.
No.
I don't need to interact with customers. I wash the pots.
And you're very good at that.
Yeah. No. I feel
I still remember your fucking diatribe. It's like, stop putting food in my chair!
Unpopular opinion. This might be relevant to us. I dislike the term Western culture. I really don't like the term Western culture. The West is a very large place with lots of diverse cultures and people. Italy and Norway don't share the same culture. There's no single Western culture. I find the term pretty vague. Also, no one can agree on what exactly counts as Western. The term has no basis in reality and should be avoided. I mean, you could say the exact same thing about Eastern culture, but okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't hear people use the phrase Eastern culture very much, and a lot of that is down to the fact that Eastern cultures are very, like, diverse.
I do, but only in, like, very broad strokes when we're talking about, like, shit like filial impiety or, like, some Buddhist concepts.
Yeah.
Like stuff that does transcend several different Eastern cultures. I think these terms are fine as long as you use them in that same broad context, because I think there are some broad differences between East and West.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But it is complicated and nuanced, and when it gets to be complicated and nuanced, that's when you use more specific terms.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think these terms themselves are invalid. I think they have their place.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, kids diagnosed with severe mental illness before age 10 should be checked for abuse. Sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's no harm in it. Like,
unpopular,
like, psychologically screen for, like, any potential signs of abuse or neglect. Like, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily reflect poorly on the parent. It's just, a safety measure.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, pizza with ananas is actually good.
Bruh.
he just said ananas. I think he meant bananas.
I think he meant bananas, yeah, but no. Look, I understand the whole sweet and savory thing, like, the pineapple on pizza thing. Bananas on pizza, I think, is a thing we should have stronger opinions on, because that's just weird.
I like pineapple on pizza.
Yeah. I actually had a, like, Papa John's Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah. The reason that works. Well, first of all, the day of reckoning is coming.
Yes.
But the reason that works is because citrus interacts with tomato in a pleasing way.
Yep. It does.
The pineapple, banana doesn't have that same quality. It's not as acidic. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not imagining that would be bad. I just imagine it'd be like whatever.
Yeah. My main thing is, like, the texture, because, like, pineapple has a crunch to it, and it has, like, some weight to it, whereas banana is more mushy and doesn't really have the kind of snap that pineapple has. So, like, my problem with banana on pizza is that it would meld into the cheese too much, and it would just create this weird feel in my mouth, and I don't like that idea.
I'm not repulsed by that, but I don't think it would add too much to the experience.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, day-old donuts that have been heated in the microwave is the best way to enjoy them.
No.
You had such an immediate reaction to that.
Look, I've tried that, but I've also had fresh donuts. I prefer fresh donuts.
I don't know about the microwave, but there is something to day-old donuts, and I think it's because I used to do a thing where convenience stores and gas stations would sell, like, day-old donuts for, like, heavy discounts.
Yep.
So I could get, like, 4 of them for, like, $1.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, if there's a sale like that going on, I'll absolutely take advantage of it, but
yeah,
given, if I want to actually, have a really, really nice donut, I get it fresh.
I don't know. I think there's something to the day-old thing. Again, I don't know about microwaves. I've never bothered with a microwave, but I don't know. I think there's something to a day-old donut that lets the textures set and whatnot.
That's fair enough. It is a different experience, admittedly.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Blonde-haired women are either extremely attractive or extremely unattractive. There is no in between.
I'm not sure how I feel about this one, honestly.
I feel like I get what he's saying, but I can't necessarily pull enough examples from memory to validate it.
Yeah, it's a little hard to articulate.
He might have a point. He might be onto something, but
more research needs to be done into this particular subject before we can reach a consensus.
I resonate with the I resonate with the vibes, but I'm not sure. The scientist in me needs some more data to analyze.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, our conspiracy is a total letdown. Yeah, it really... Man, that sub sucks.
Yeah.
It used to be cool. It used to be fucking wacky and cool, but now it's just typical anti-vaxxer bullshit.
Now, our glitch in the Matrix, that's where the good shit's at.
I mean, that's a completely different thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, the best way to eat a candy cane is to break it in half and eat both parts separately.
No, I'm making a candy cane shank and you can't stop me.
It's way more convenient to break it in half. I don't know how people eat it the normal way, where you start with the long part. Too sticky and messy. By breaking it in half, I can put the whole piece in my mouth and suck on it. Yeah, I do that. I think I agree.
I mean, I understand that, but also, candy cane shank. I don't know, I just have fun making it pointy.
Yeah. Well, you are the guy who puts bugles on his fingertips and makes a claw with it, so...
Oh yeah, I did do that one time, huh?
The one time, he says, as if he doesn't do that every time he eats bugles.
Damn it, he knows.
I know. Unpopular opinion, celery has one use, and that is as a shuttle for peanut butter or ranch.
But, wait. Okay, celery, okay. I don't know why my brain immediately brought up the image of broccoli.
Why would you put peanut butter on broccoli?
That's what I was trying to figure out for a hot second, but then my brain was like, wait, no. Roll that back, please.
Yeah.
He said celery.
Diced and added to salads when raw is such an invasion of terribleness that it has no similar texture and minimal flavor. When diced and added to soup or something cooked, it just exists as mushy yet crunchy bites of flavorless water. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
I don't like celery, but if I'm gonna eat celery, it's gonna have some fucking peanut butter on it.
I agree. Yep. That's always how I've eaten celery.
Unpopular opinion, Nutella is fundamentally terrible. I absolutely love chocolate. Now, Nutella does taste alright, I guess, but what is the point of it? Normal chocolate tastes far better. If you want chocolate on, let's say, a muffin, use actual chocolate than the shitty version that is Nutella. It's a fundamentally terrible because anything you can add Nutella to can taste far better if you just use normal chocolate. There is no situation where Nutella is a better choice than normal chocolate.
You clearly haven't had a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich.
And somebody points out, the point is that Nutella is spreadable. Normal chocolate needs melting, which is too much hassle.
Yep.
Also, normal chocolate doesn't have the hazelnut flavor, which is part of the Nutella, experience.
Exactly. I love Nutella. Fucking love
This guy does not grasp the fundamental attributes of Nutella.
You do not understand the...
Unpopular opinion, Ed Sheeran is overrated as a lyricist. Well, someone doesn't love The Shape of You.
I have no strong opinions one way or the other.
Unpopular opinion, am I the only one who is a dumb way to start a discussion? Yes.
Yeah.
You are never the only one who.
Am I the only one who? No, you're not. Shut up.
Unless you're the guy who gets off on having the shower curtain wrap around his leg, then that guy is the only one.
Yes. The shower curtain ain't gonna fuck you, bro. Calm down.
Unpopular opinion, K-pop is not a music genre. K-pop can't be a music genre if there are K-pop songs that don't have any similarities to other K-pop songs.
You could literally say this about, like, any kind of pop, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what Flaky Croissant said. So pop in general isn't a genre. It's not just Korea where different pop artists have different styles.
Yeah, like... Honestly, pop is more of a vibe than a genre.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can agree on that one.
Unpopular opinion, I think Disney movies like Encanto are just attempts to cash grab from minority groups.
Yes, but that doesn't mean they can't be more than that.
Exactly, yeah. Like, yes, the whole point of that is to take elements of cultures that, you know, it can be expanded upon into stories, and there is an element of trying to, you know, utilize those cultures as, like, you know, a marketing tactic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the movies are bereft of, like, artistic or story value. Like, there's something to be said for, you know, mainstream movies that have this heavy cultural bend, but are also able to tell, you know, artistically, you know, pleasing and, you know, emotionally moving stories. There's a reason everyone loves Coco. There's a reason Coco is as good as it is, and it's because that, yeah, Disney did, you know, take elements of Mexican culture and, you know, utilize them for a story in a mainstream film, but it was respectful to the culture, and it was a really goddamn good movie.
That's not what they're saying. They seem to be mad that they're, like, targeting specific cultures, you know, to be a big phenomenon in, and I'm like, I don't see the problem with that as long as the film is good.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you gotta sell your film. So, you know, selling it to certain cultures based on, you know, their own culture honestly makes a lot of sense from a business perspective.
Unpopular opinion, staying active isn't difficult at all, you're just lazy. The world is a huge place with a billion things to do and every niche and interest anyone can think of, and 90% requires some sort of activity. You just need to put in the effort to find something you can enjoy, and then it becomes effortless. Okay, but counterpoint, all those things suck compared to video games.
True. I can agree with that one.
Yep. This guy is wrong and stupid. Unpopular opinion, kids should be allowed to swear. I don't have a really good reasoning behind this opinion. I just feel like it's pointless to tell kids not to swear. What's the benefit of teaching kids not to say swear words? And before anyone says it, swearing does not include racial slurs. I'm not saying we should go out of our way to teach children how to swear, even though that would be hilarious. But if a kid learns a word and you hear them say it, maybe just explain to them what it means instead of telling them, oh no, fuck is a naughty word, and not giving them any understanding of what they did.
Yeah, like one time in the middle of the night, I was, like, you know, doing whatever, and I don't know why, but I had, like, a fork up to my face, and I was, like, looking at it for something, and I rammed myself directly into a wall, and it stabbed me in the forehead, and I let out the longest list of expletives that I have ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And my mom just looked at me and was like, "You okay, Kevin?" And I'm like, "Yeah, stabbed my forehead." And I'm like, sorry about the swear words. And she's like, "No, that was justified."
Yeah.
It's like, you stab yourself in the forehead with a fork, you're gonna be cursing a storm up.
No, I agree. The swear word dichotomy is stupid.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Someone's like, well, in a lot of settings, it's inappropriate, so teaching kids not to swear is completely justified. And someone's like, well, we should rid our society of the idea that swearing is inappropriate, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it, why not?
This guy is very based.
I like him. I like you, cut G.
Kevin, have you seen Miracle on 34th Street?
I have seen Miracle on 34th Street.
Well, this guy's unpopular opinion is that it's a bad Christmas movie, the original.
Yeah, it's not very good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, I've never seen it. I just wanted to make sure you knew about it first.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I'll soft agree on that one. It's probably the Christmas movie I've watched the least in my life of, like, the traditional, commonly watched Christmas movies. Like, I saw it once as a kid, and I'm like, I don't like this one. I think I'm going to go back to watching various versions of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, fruit and chili peppers do not belong together. No, I mean, like, some of the best hot sauces are fruity.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Like, there's literally, like, yeah, I agree, yeah.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Like, there's something to be said for, like, a nice balance of heat and spice with, like, some bright, fruity, and kind of sweetness kind of notes to it.
Uh-huh.
There's something to be said for, like, a balance there.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, there's nothing wrong with having multiple cats. There's definitely a stigma around having multiple cats that doesn't exist for dogs. You have more than 2 cats, you're a crazy cat person. You have more than 2 dogs, then oh my god, you're so lucky. If you have the space and money to adequately take care of your furry homies, there's nothing crazy about it. I agree, but I definitely feel like this guy was called a crazy cat person one time and decided to complain to Reddit about it.
Yeah. I can do a couple more of these, Zeke.
Unpopular opinion, frozen yogurt tastes better than ice cream. No.
No.
Unpopular opinion, different alcohols don't make you feel differently. Yes, they do. It's called the different alcohol content.
I've literally... Okay, so, as someone who has done a lot of drinking, I'm not an alcoholic, I swear I can stop whenever I want. Different alcohols absolutely do make you, like, feel different. Like, the buzz I get off of tequila versus rum versus sake, each one feels different.
Yeah, they have different quantities. Like, this is just science.
Yeah, so like it's not.
If you're telling me that fucking 5% like spritzers have the same effect as 40 proof vodka, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah. And there's
like,
also
the science says otherwise.
There's also just elements of like how the alcohol was prepared and how it was like, you know, brewed. That does actually change the overall like the effect that it has on the human body.
Yeah. Yeah. Unpopular opinion, Snapchat videos are the worst form of communication. I agree.
I agree.
I don't get it. If it's worth sending, why is it not worth saving?
Yes.
I don't get it. I fight with my younger siblings about this because it's the generational divide, Kevin.
It is.
A popular opinion, Epstein killing himself is totally reasonable. Okay, yeah, okay, this is an op-ed or whatever. Nice try, lizard people.
Not gonna get us a second time. We're on
the
to
lizard
you.
people are really on it today. Unpopular opinion, sleeping on the floor is superior to sleeping on a bed.
No.
I don't know. Well, hold on. He's clarifying. I don't mean sleeping on the bare floor. Just put a mattress on the floor instead of the bed. You get a feeling of a larger space. It saves space in the room because the bed takes extra space. And sleeping on the floor, you can put your stuff like phones right next to you on the floor anywhere. Cleaning your room also becomes easier because you can simply move the mattress around and clean the space. Cleaning below a bed is always tricky and difficult.
Okay, to be fair, that's actually how I have my bed set up, so I guess I agree then. Huh.
Huh, yeah.
Okay. Huh, wow.
The turnaround.
The plot twist of the century.
Unpopular opinion, I like the new Jake from State Farm.
No.
Someone's racist.
Bring him back.
Okay, 2K Games, thanks for your Reddit post. It's still the weirdest thing. Unpopular opinion, eggs by themselves are disgusting. Popular opinion, you are disgusting.
Popular opinion, you are Dude, scrambled eggs are fucking bomb. Come on.
Unpopular opinion, never put food on someone else's plate. Never physically put food on someone else's plate. Let them get their own food, not unless they offer their plate in front of your face. Did this happen to you one time and you decided to complain to Reddit about it? Because that's what it sounds like.
Dude, just be nice to people.
So many people are just like, man, someone did this one thing and I got really annoyed. I'm going to complain to Reddit like it's a common thing. Sorry, I'm running out of potential episode time. Anyway, unpopular opinion, sauce-covered food sucks. What's all the food ones today?
Gee, people have very strong opinions about food.
Anyway, sauce-covered food sucks? No, I like sauce. I like sauce.
I love my sauce.
Sauce?
I like the sauce.
Unpopular opinion, GameStop stock people are delusional. That's not unpopular.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion, I don't think Zootopia 2 is a very good idea. If you asked me in 2016, I would agree, but after the terribleness of Ralph Breaks the Internet and the mediocrity of Frozen 2, I do not trust Disney with sequels.
Yeah.
I just don't know if there's anywhere to go with the same characters.
I agree.
Besides, I guess we'll see when Zootopia Plus or whatever comes out.
Yeah, Zootopia Plus.
Yeah, which is a dumb name for a show, by the way.
But it's on Disney Plus, and it's about Zootopia.
I get it. I get that. I get it. It's kind of dumb.
It's dumb.
It's kind of dumb. I'm trying to find a good one to end off on.
Okay.
Oh, unpopular opinion: Home Alone is no Christmas movie.
You take that back right now.
So recently I wanted to watch a Christmas movie with my friends and they wanted to see Home Alone, but I don't really think it's about Christmas. In my opinion, Home Alone is about Kevin defending his home from burglars because he was left home alone. Yes, it is Christmas, but I don't think it's really that important to the story. They could have flown on vacation in the summer, for example, and the story would still make sense. When I said that to my friends, they told me I was wrong and it was a Christmas movie because it plays around Christmas.
Bitch, if Die Hard could be a Christmas movie, then Home Alone is absolutely a Christmas movie.
No,
Fuck you.
I love top comment. It's a Wonderful Life is no Christmas movie. I recently wanted to watch a Christmas movie with my friends and they wanted to see It's a Wonderful Life, but I don't think it's really about Christmas. In my opinion, It's a Wonderful Life is about George Bailey planning to commit suicide. Yes, it is Christmas, but I don't think it's really that important to the story. Yeah. The dude could have killed himself in summer, for example, and the story would still make sense. When I said that to my friends, they told me I was wrong, and that it was a Christmas movie because it plays around Christmas.
Oh my god. Look, man,
it is heavily Christmas themed. If a Christmas film doesn't have actual Santa characters and not about Christmas to you, which is hilarious because Kevin actually does talk to a Santa in that movie.
He does. Who's it gonna talk to in summer? Fucking, I don't know.
But he does Christmas things because of Christmas chaos, and he decorates trees. The movie is just full of Christmas vibes. It's a Christmas movie. Fuck you.
Don't be stupid, OP.
I just can't get over top comment. George Bailey could have killed himself in the summer and the story would have still made sense.
See, this is the problem with trying to like dictate what is and is not a Christmas movie, because at some point you get shit like OP where it's like, Home Alone's not a Christmas movie. Yes, it is.
Look, man, it's about the vibes.
Look, if you get wintry, Christmassy vibes, then it's a fucking Christmas movie. That's why I watched Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Fuck you. And that one actually does take place around Christmas time. Fuck you.
But do they talk to Santa?
Mikuru dresses up as a Santa girl.
I'll take it.
I'll take it, yeah. The plot is literally about Haruhi wanting to make a Christmas party, and then suddenly the world changes.
Yep. You know, they talk to the actual literal Santa Claus in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, so I guess that's a Christmas movie.
Is that a Christmas movie? Can we call that a Christmas movie? I think we can call that a Christmas movie.
It literally has Santa in it. He gives them weapons.
The best gift.
It's so weird. Like, they're just in the middle of a forest, and then just fucking Santa shows up, and he gives them weapons.
We fucking love you, C.S. Lewis.
It's weird. Anyway, I think that's the show.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. We're
gonna end off the show on Santa giving children weapons.
The best. It's the most wonderful time of the year, Kevin.
It is.
And we like to spend it with you, the people. And you can spend it with us by continuing to listen to the Baka Gaijin show, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. If you have any comments, questions, topic suggestions, sexy fan art, hate mail, you want to tell us that Home Alone isn't a Christmas movie, you're wrong, first of all. But you can also send that opinion to bakagaijinshow@gmail.com, where I will promptly throw it in the fucking trash bin. You can follow us on Twitter @ZeekFreak and @CCharmanderK.
You can go check out Kevin's channel if you want. He makes things sometimes.
I do.
And yep, and that's gonna do it for us on this episode of the Baka Gaijin Show. Zeke freak out. Ciao ciao for now.